We live?
Never know. Just receiving content. Probably live. It is always delayed. We're live now, I can tell you that.
Stand up, New York Giant fans. Merry Christmas, everybody. How was your Christmas, Baddog?
Oh, it was fantastic, man. You know, Santa was good to my son. Santa don't really visit me anymore, but I didn't wear it tonight. I did get a Lawrence Taylor jersey. That's always a good thing. I needed that in the collection, so that was a nice present from Santa Claus. But yeah, it's about the little guy now, and I need to build an addition onto my damn house because I swear to God, this kid, I don't know, man.
Well, hopefully, we're both hoping for Christmas. We get a victory this week. We get to end the Eagles season. That would be nice.
That's the Christmas present I want. The hell with the Eagles. The hell with the Eagles. Let's see who's in here. We got Jared Williams, Cooldrummer, Midwest Sports, Jake Schnetzer, Punkham733, Jared Williams, said that already, Peter Bahrami, Rafael DeLuna, Chris Leone, Johnny T, Afghanistan, Eddie Garcia, Robert Taylor, that one guy, Darren Bond, Gino Schiano, Jake from State Farm. What's going on? Yeah, I need some insurance. Raymond Sosa, Punkham's in the house, Christopher Spires, QC is in the house. KV, Green Eyes, Ziegler, Jordan Myers, Punkham. What's going on? John Dunham, thank you so much for the super chat, man. Really appreciate it, brother. Billy, would you rather see the Eagles or the Cowboys in the playoffs? Cowboys.
Cowboys. Yeah, I can't. I hate both of them, but the Eagles have been killing us recently. They've been a bigger thorn on our side. So I agree with Bad Dog on that. Plus, we get to beat the Eagles to end their season.
That's the whole thing.
Yeah, so I'll go Cowboys for sure.
And thank you so much to the final. Boom! Papa Chulo Che at CEO Fishing. My favorite Russian, Vladimir Putin. Cruzon 26, Godzilla, my man DWG in his house. L.A. Lou, Robert Tyler, Joel Yado, what's going on? Miko Jones, Christoph Porzingis, Q-Dog, Steven Evans, you son of a bitch. Got a good crowd going on here. Thank you all for joining. I really do appreciate it. Hope all your Christmas, if you celebrate Christmas, was great yesterday. And obviously we got some things to talk about tonight. To recap the Redskins game, talk about Eli Manning's last game. Talk about the draft. Talk about whatever. Daniel
Jones could potential win Rookie of the Year. Yes, Pat Shurmur, the potential coaching change. There's a lot of headlines, and we're going to know all about that on Monday. But we'll start with the Redskins. The game, best game the Giants played all year. Obviously, you got to factor. Well, I take that back. No, not the best game they played all year, but the best game the offense played all year. But, yeah, you got to be so encouraged with the way Saquon Barkley has played these last 2 weeks, specifically last week. And the thing that was really encouraging to me was obviously Daniel Jones put up numbers, but it seemed to me that he was doing a much better job of calling audibles at the line of scrimmage, which I think set up Barkley for bigger play opportunities in that game.
That was the thing I was most impressed with, especially the touchdown pass to Smith earlier in the game. Him going up to the line of scrimmage, changing the block scheme, audibling at the line and finding the mismatch in the end zone. To me, I said that's what I wanted to see. Now, I'm going to tell you something, and I'm sure you've mentioned this before. I think part of this helped him was watching Eli Manning play those 2 weeks. I think that helped his development. He kind of learned some stuff sitting there, and he went out and he used what he learned. He looked fantastic against Washington.
Yeah, I said that at the end of one of the videos I did, one of the 30,000 I've done in the last couple of weeks. But that's exactly what I said. The 2 weeks that Jones spent on the bench could have done him a world of good learning under Eli. I think that did have something to do with it.
John Don, thank you so much for the Super Chat, man. Really appreciate it, bro. Thank you. Really, my man. He says, if the Eagles lose, they're not out. If the Eagles lose, the Cowboys lose, the Eagles win the division because of their wins over the Jets. Yeah, but what I'm saying, John, with beating the Eagles, Cowboys are going to win. I have no doubt. They're going to beat Washington. And I think they play at 1. So if we're assuming that they win and that the Giants, that the Eagles win, they're in, they lose, they're out. That's kind of what we're figuring on that one. So.
Yeah. Yeah, get the Quran Bites as well.
And yes, Quran Bite, thank you for the super chat, brother. I do appreciate it. Really, John Dunham, thank you for the $10. Boom! And Quran Bite, thank you for the $1. Boom!
But yeah, going back to his point, it's more so we're just expecting the Redskins, obviously, with nothing to play for. Haskins is going to miss the game. They're on their backup quarterback. Not that Keenum's much worse, but Keenum played good against us. Yes. But the Cowboys have everything to play for. I don't see it. The Redskins are horrible. I don't see it. I do not see the Redskins beating the Cowboys. So I think the Cowboys get in if we beat the Eagles. I'd say 90%. If we beat the Eagles, the Cowboys get in.
Yeah, I can't see any way that Dallas loses to Washington. And
don't say anyway. I mean, they lost to the Jets.
Well, that's true. Also, I mean, if Washington somehow wins, we lose. We jump them in the draft.
We'd probably still be behind the Lions, who I expect to lose to Green Bay, but at least it would make it so Chase Young's not going to Washington. So
right.
That would be a big plus.
Yeah, that definitely would be. But again, I was really impressed with Daniel Jones. So Ellie Lou, thank you so much for the super chat, man. I really do appreciate it, brother. Brilly, thank you, sir. He says I wanted to stop by and say Merry Christmas to Chris, Baddog, and everyone in the chat. Before I say up, Baddog, don't forget to check your beer box. I plan on going there tomorrow, Ellie Lou. It's just been difficult. I have, my wife's working. I had my child today, so I'm gonna take him to the post office. It'll be quick tomorrow. I'll just run down there and we'll check the P.O. box. And thank you for whatever you sent me. Of course, I'll show it on Sunday. So thank you for the $5 super chat, brother Billy and Jake Schnetzer. Thank you for the $5 super chat, brother Billy. Says tough question. Leonard Williams on this team next year? Shit, I missed it. Went by. Or is Leonard Williams on this team next year? Also, is Beal a bust or developing? I think
good question.
It's a tough. With Leonard Williams is tough. Beal, I think he's developing. He hasn't really seen the field a lot. He's been injured a lot. But I think that Leonard Williams is a tough one. I think Leonard Williams has really helped the front three, though. I do. I think Leonard Williams has made a big difference here. For the right price, yes.
That's a great question, Jake. If Gettleman stays on, which I think we both expect him to, I think Leonard Williams is going to be back. We may overpay. I would be shocked if Leonard Williams isn't back because you have seen the effect he's had on the ground game, and Gettleman gave up pieces to bring this guy in. I think Leonard Williams is back. As far as Sam Beal goes, yeah, you got to say he's developing. This is his first year playing, but it's certainly concerning this guy's injury history. Yeah. He's getting injury after injury after injury. And I can't say confidently that I feel confident going into next year with him as a starting cornerback. Can't say it.
Which is why, Jeff Okudah is a guy that a lot of people are talking about. But thank you so much on the $5 booms and ChrisAM. Thank you for the $2 super chat, brother. Really don't want to miss that. I watched the game 3 times. I love Daniel Jones. You're not alone. I big fan of Daniel Jones myself. Like I said, the big thing to me was the audible at the line of scrimmage throwing a touchdown. I said that's something you got to see. He played really well. I don't care if it's Washington or not. Not many quarterbacks throw for 350 yards, 5 touchdowns, don't turn it over. It was an impressive day for Daniel Jones, man.
It was beyond impressive. I mean, the offense was so crisp. And again, the Redskins, got to keep it in context. But regardless, the offense was so crisp. And for the first time all year, we got to see what Daniel Jones and a healthy, confident Saquon Barkley could potentially look like going forward. And that, to me, was exciting. And this team could be really fun to watch next year on offense, especially if they could add another piece.
Yeah, and if we can build that offensive line, that would be amazing. ChrisAM, thank you so much. $2 boom! And Q-Dog, thank you for the super chat, brother. Brilly. I do appreciate that. Q-Dog's been saying this a lot, and that's kind of why I did the video today. I didn't even realize you did the video that I did today. I didn't even realize you did. Because I didn't watch anything on Christmas Eve or Christmas Day. And after I did the video, it came up in my recommendations. I'm like, oh, that's great. But, oh, good. My chat's freezing up. But Q-Dog, thank you for the $5 super chat. Says, you trust your boy? I'm telling you that Isaiah Simmons is our guy over Chase Young. It's a gut feeling because he's more valuable defensively. Well, I think we could get an opportunity to see him. I'm going to have to run upstairs and get my phone. Not my phone down here. My freaking chat froze.
If you got to do it, I'll speak more on that. Go get your
let me go grab my phone real quick. Sorry about that, guys.
As far as Isaiah Simmons goes, I don't know. I got to go Chase Young. But the one thing that I think a lot of people like about Simmons is that if we stay in this system, he fits it really well. Now, I don't know if they're going to stay in the system, but he could be that money backer guy. He's kind of like a Deion Buchanan. I said it in my last stream. Obviously better, but I'm talking about Deion Buchanan when he first came into the league. That 220-pound linebacker who could, play both in coverage and be a guy, that plays in that linebacker spot. So he would fit the 3-4 really well if we stayed in it. So it's a good fit, and he's a very good football player. So I wouldn't be opposed to that at all.
Yeah, he also runs like a 4.40. 40. So. I mean, that's enormous. He's a sideline-to-sideline linebacker. And like I said, Dion Buchanan, so he can play some safety. I mean, the guy's a great cover. I mean, he's like the total package. And we need linebackers bad here. So maybe it's a blessing in disguise. Maybe Isaiah Simmons could be better than Chase Young. Now things started to move. It's chat on YouTube. I don't know what to say. But thank you so much for the find out. Boom! I do appreciate that. I haven't seen Packer. There it is. Packers Nation, thank you for the super chat, brother. Brilly says, the more we're doubted, the more we keep winning. I don't think anyone's doubting the Packers too much.
Yeah, and Gino Shiano, you're right. You were the one that brought it up. I forgot who it was, but it was a great comparison you brought up in the last stream because it is a comparable player. But listen, you're talking to the wrong guy if you're saying doubt the Packers. I don't know if Packers Nation's aware of this, Baddog. I picked your team like April 1st to go to the Super Bowl. Yeah. So I'm riding you guys right to the finish line. So I don't doubt you guys.
He did. I'll tell you what, ChrisAM, thank you for the super chat, bro. I do appreciate it. Brilly, my man. Andrew Thomas or Isaiah Simmons. I prefer the left tackle. There's nothing wrong with that either. There's nothing wrong with getting a left tackle here. We need it very bad, without a doubt. Thank you guys for the $2 booms and GQ boys. Thank you for the super chat, man. I really do appreciate it, brother. Brilly. Merry Christmas, boys. Daniel Jones is a gift to Giants fans. Be a big gift to Giants fans if Daniel Jones can lead us past the freaking Eagles this week.
Yeah.
That's what I want to see. That's what I want to see.
And as far I agree with ChrisAM. I prefer the left tackle too. I know it's not sexy, and I know we need to improve the defense a lot. But I agree with ChrisAM. I would rather get Thomas at 4, personally.
Isaiah in the chat. What did I shoot? I just missed.
God, he's probably calling us sexy.
Yeah,
sexy.
He says, "Your bad dog can't lie. You're so cute. I can't contain it." But Isaiah's the freaking man.
There's something wrong upstairs with Isaiah, but
that's right. You gotta love him anyway.
I love him.
He's the man. And GQ boys, thank you so much for the final boom. Without a doubt. But
I see Cushman's at the chat too. What's up, Cushman?
Go ahead.
Well, we were talking about the Redskins game, and obviously those were the positives. The defense. I mean, we gave up 35 points, and we had them backed up on their own end. The defense overall didn't play good, but there were some good individual performances. Lorenzo Carter, it was Lorenzo Carter's best game of the year.
Yep.
And I thought that it was interesting to see how they used him in a different role because I noticed that while we're streaming the game, Lorenzo Carter was playing up at the line of scrimmage the entire game. I didn't see them use him in that way all year.
No.
So that was interesting. In passing situations, they had him up at the line of scrimmage.
Which was good because you can see he's a good edge rush linebacker, and he's not bad in the coverage either, but we never play him up there. So it was good to see. Now we'll see if they do that again here at Philly because obviously he was very effective. And we're going to have to get after the quarterback in this game. I mean, there's no doubt about that. We're going to have to get after Wentz. They don't have, I don't think Zach Ertz is playing. Maybe he is, but he's busted up pretty good. And, the one thing I'll say, about the Eagles is it seems like their fans just already consider they beat Dallas, they won the division. They're looking right past us. They don't care. They don't consider us a threat. Just mad disrespect as always. We're not a good team, but we never count anybody out.
To be fair, I can't blame them. I mean, we haven't beaten them since the Stone Age, but they also haven't beaten Daniel Jones yet. It's a different team. And Saquon Barkley looks like Saquon Barkley, who tore them up last year. So
he did.
We'll see. I think the Giants are dangerous. I think the Giants have a legitimate shot to win this game.
I do too. Juice Rick Stinks, thank you for the super chat, brother. Brilly. Do appreciate this. Philly must have a long and miserable offseason. I concur, sir. Thank you for the $2 boom. Appreciate it.
What's going on, Nick Young? Thanks for popping in, my man. Thank you for being here, buddy.
Nick Young is in the house. What's going on, Chuck Shorts? Chris Leon, thank you for the super chat, brother. Brilly. I do appreciate it. DJ for 359, Saquon for 200 yards this Sunday. I would love that. That'd be amazing.
That would basically be the same thing as last week.
It would be.
Yeah.
It would be. But like you were saying, thank you for the $2 boom. I do appreciate it. Daniel Jones, different quarterback, different regime. Maybe he comes in there and breaks the curse. They haven't seen Daniel Jones yet. And Eli Manning killed them in the first half of that last game.
He did.
For the last 3 years, Chris, 17, 18, 19, we had 3 games he should not have lost to them.
You could argue in 17, we should have won both games. Right. In 18, we definitely should have won one. The other game we got killed. Yeah. And 4. You could argue 4 games we could have won. Easily could have won.
And maybe this week is different because Saquon Barkley was not there the first time he played, or was he there? He was back, but he wasn't healthy.
He wasn't playing like himself.
Right. So, all we got to do, you protect Daniel Jones like you did last week, allow him to lane to step up. He can do it. And again, the Eagles, they're beat up big time. So,
big time.
As bad as our secondary is, we held them to 3 points. And if Zach Ertz is hurt or doesn't play, they're really in trouble. Now, Dallas got it at a big game against Dallas, but that's not Zach Ertz. So
not even close. One guy I want to see much more involved this week is Darius Slayton. I think Darius Slayton had a big game. Yeah, he did. He had
huge. Yeah, huge.
Against the Eagles. And he didn't catch a pass last week. Now I know he was a little banged up. But that's a guy I want to see more involved. And another thing we should talk about. Daniel Jones now has 23?
Yep.
So he's got a shot here, an outside chance, not only to tie or break the rookie touchdown record. I think break strong. I don't expect another 5 touchdown performance.
Right.
But he's got an outside chance at Rookie of the Year.
Yes, he does.
If he has a big game this week, obviously if he didn't miss any time, he definitely would have won it. But we'll see how he does this week. But if he throws 3-4 touchdowns, he's got an outside chance at Rookie of the Year.
He definitely does. Like I said, he has an outside chance at tying the touchdown record, and he's done this in 11 games. He's thrown 23 touchdowns, so he didn't even play the whole season. And like I said, I just like the improvement. Since that game against Arizona, he's had 17 touchdowns and 4 interceptions. So he's played a lot better, and he's shown flashes of brilliance. Now, he's had 3 games where he's had, a 4-touchdown game, a 4-touchdown game, and a 5-touchdown game, passing-wise. Obviously, his first game, he had 2 touchdowns rushing, 2 touchdowns passing. So really, he's had 4 games out of 11 where he's accounted for 4 touchdowns. That's pretty damn good for a rookie. And again, we have a bad offensive line.
For anybody.
Right, good. Yeah, good point.
Yeah.
But all these guys that come on here and say, oh, he's a bust, oh, he sucks, he's no good. I know what you want. Darnold didn't do this last year. Mayfield did, okay. But, Kyler Murray ain't done it this year. Josh Allen didn't do it last year. Lamar Jackson didn't do it last year. Everyone talks about Daniel Jones' fumbling problem. Lamar Jackson fumbled a lot last year. He's going to win the MVP this year.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Well, another guy who fumbles a ton. I forgot who said it. I might have saw it in somebody's video. I forgot who it was. But Carson Wentz has a huge fumbling problem.
Yes, he does.
And
47 fumbles in his career, Chris.
Yeah, and you never hear people talk about that with him. But with Daniel Jones, it's the end of the world.
Of course.
But with Carson Wentz, he's the best quarterback in the league.
Oh, he's elite. He's a Hall of Famer. He's clutch. 47 fumbles in his career. And he hasn't even played like a full season since his rookie year.
Yeah.
Q-Dog, thank you for the super chat, bro. I appreciate it, my man. Brilly, better career. DJ, Kyler Murray, Haskins. DJ, come on, baby. You give us Daniel Jones, man.
I'm leaning DJ, too. I'm fully bought in on the DJ train. I tried to be calm and collected and take it game by game. I'm not saying he's going to be a superstar yet. I'm not going to go that far. He's going to be a franchise quarterback. I am bought in on Daniel Jones. He's going to be a good quarterback.
I agree. Thank you for the $3. Boom! And cruise on. Thank you for the super chat, brother. I do appreciate it. Brilly. DJ is much better away than home for some reason. It's a good point. He is. All those games that I just mentioned were all on the road. I don't get it.
But let's look at the opponents, though. Home, you played the Patriots, who had a great defense.
That was away, wasn't it? We played in Foxborough.
Oh, you're right. That was away.
Yeah. Green Bay was home.
Green Bay was home. They don't have a great defense.
Arizona was home. Minnesota was home.
That's a good defense. Lions were home. No, Lions were away.
Bills were home.
That's a good defense.
Dallas home.
Yeah. It's weird.
Nick Young, thanks so much for the super chat, man. Brilly, do appreciate that. If you could go back in time and change one thing in Giants history, what would it be? Burris not shooting himself.
Oh, yeah, you're right. That would be it for me, too. Burris not shooting himself, 100%. 100%. Burris not shooting himself.
Cruise on, thank you so much for the $2. Boom! Nick Young, thank you for the $5. Boom! And I see our favorite buddy from across the pond is in the house. And thank you for the £2 super chat, brother. I do appreciate it. Brilly, Stephen Lilley. Oh, shoot, my chat. There he goes. Now the chat just flew by. People just jealous we have a future Super Bowl winner. Steven, the haters just going to hate. That's all it is. It's not even really other teams. There's some Giants fans that can't stand Daniel Jones. Yeah,
well, it was the same thing with Eli. There were tons of Giants fans that couldn't stand Eli. It's the same thing.
Cruzon says the Jets are home. Jets are really an away game technically, but yes.
Okay. Yeah.
They were. I guess they were at home.
Yeah, technically. Yeah.
Thank you for the £2. Boom! And Jake Schnetzer, thank you for the super chat, man. I do appreciate it. Really. Is Haskins unfairly underrated? He seems okay. Honestly, he's played better the last 2 weeks. I'll give him that. I still don't care for him too much, but he definitely's played better the last 2 weeks. Can't take that away. He played well against Philly. He played well against Giants. So if you're looking at a rookie quarterback, that's what you want to see is improvement. And I feel like he's improving. I just don't. With Haskins, it's up here.
I agree with that. That's something. Here's what I'm going to say about it. I mean, I've not gotten off the Haskins train. I like Haskins before the draft. They still like Haskins. I don't think he was ready when the year started. I said that if the Giants drafted him, I would have liked Eli to start most of the season. You also have to factor in that Haskins in his rookie year has already gone through 2 head coaches. He doesn't have the best of weapons. And down the stretch, he's played a lot better. I still think Haskins is going to be a good quarterback in this league. I don't know if he's going to be a star, but I do think he's going to be a good quarterback. And it's going to be an interesting rivalry, I think, between the Redskins and Giants. I think they're going to get back to it in the next 3-4 years. I think it's going to be interesting.
I hope so. Thank you for the $2. Boom! Steel 58 is here to keep it football. Is he Steel 58's in the house? He's Steel 58. He's got the wave there going.
What's up, Steel 58?
But yeah, so I was nice. Daniel Jones completely outperformed Dwayne Haskins. I mean, I know Haskins got hurt.
Daniel Jones is better than Dwayne Haskins. Definitely right now, at least, he's better than Dwayne Haskins.
But, he played better. But Washington's a mess. And Dwayne Haskins played 1 season at Ohio State. And Daniel Jones had 3 years. It's a lot of experience. It'll come with it. He's got the tools. And like I said, I question this in between his ears. Guy's taking selfies when he beats Detroit.
You don't like that.
He's just, whatever. I forgot what he was doing on the sideline. Man, I was joking around. He was doing something crazy. And
he was yelling at his offensive lineman.
Whatever it was.
Something like that.
I was just, he was celebrating or something. I was like, the guy's like, shut up. We're down by 2 touchdowns. Whatever he was doing. So I was worried about his maturity level in between the years. Somebody mentioned to me in that video about Baker Mayfield, don't crown Daniel Jones too early because like a Baker Mayfield. And I said, well, the big difference between Baker and Daniel Jones, and I love Baker. I still love Baker. It's my guy. He's a Sooner. I still root for Baker Mayfield, but Baker's got an ego problem. Baker, again, in between the ears, he got a little too full of himself. That's not ever going to be Daniel Jones. That'll
complete opposite.
Never be Daniel Jones.
Yeah.
So I'm not worried about that. Daniel Jones will continue to work hard. Baker Mayfield felt like he made it. He's got all these commercials. He's a big star. He broke the rookie touchdown record. They got Odell Beckham. They got Jarvis Landry. They, got Hunt. They got Kareem Hunt. Oh, and everybody's picking Cleveland away, including me. Picking them to go 10-6.
Most people did. You were crazy. Most people had him win.
I think Baker got a big head, and I think he got humbled this year. And he got a bad coach. Freddie Kitchens should not be coaching that team.
And from what I heard, a good chance Freddie Kitchens is back next year. Yeah. And I don't envy him because that's a really tough situation to be a head coach there with all those egos. But yeah, I'm with you. I don't worry about him and Baker Mayfield. They're completely different quarterbacks.
Steve, thank you for the super chat, brother. Billy says, between his ears, what's wrong with his eyebrows? Well, those really aren't between your ears. They're kind of ahead of your ears. In between the ear, like your ears are back here, your eyebrows are up here. This is kind of like a John Madden thing. So in between, you have the gray matter in between the ears, eyebrows up above your eyes. Yeah. Take it with a 2 pound, boom! And that's John Madden too. There you go. Come back to the deck, boom!
But yeah, as far as this game goes, not that I've looked too much into the game planning. Defense, we're going to struggle like we have. Obviously, you want to get pressure on the quarterback. But on the offense, I think we're going to be able to take advantage of that secondary. Daniel Jones. The Eagles have a subpar secondary, and it's the same thing every week. It's the run sets up the pass, and if they could run the ball effectively. And the other thing is the offensive line was pretty encouraging last week. They opened up a lot of holes. The pocket was incredibly clean for Jones on almost every throw he made. It was encouraging stuff last week. And obviously we're not playing the best of opponents, but stuff to build off of in the offseason going into next year.
When you can run like the Giants have the last 2 weeks, sets up the pass. The last 2 weeks, I know they're not good teams, but Eagles did beat the Dolphins did beat the Eagles. Redskins lost in the last second touchdown by the Eagles. Eagles had to take the Giants in overtime to beat the Giants. Eagles are not good. Eagles are unbeatable. Saquon Barkley the last 2 weeks has set up the run the pass, and you saw what it did with Daniel Jones, being able to break those long runs, being able to, get out there in space, being able to hit those holes. And even when he wasn't breaking a 68-yard run, it was 4 yards. It was 6 yards. It was consistently positive yardage on first down, which really helps out your quarterback. So I think we can do that against Philadelphia because he's torn Philadelphia up his whole career, pretty much. So.
Yeah, for sure. Last year, for sure. And go ahead and get that.
Jake, thank you for the super chat, brother. Brilly, gun to your head. Nick Gates or Mike Remmers at right tackle. You don't even need to put a gun to my head. Give me Nick Gates all day over Mike Remmers.
Yeah, as far as next year's goes, Remmers is off the roster next year, in my opinion. Gates will be here. I don't know if he'll start, but for next year, Gates has a better chance just because of the simple reason he's going to be on the roster.
Yes. Thank you so much for the $2 boom. Appreciate it very much. But that's what it is. You get the running game going. You get that started. And again, I say it all the time. It enhances play action. And that's another reason Smith has been very effective. Because you get that play action. It's a tight end down the seam. We say it all the time. Right. Which you did a video today. The funniest thing about your video today, I swear to God, I was going to do that video.
What, trade Evan Ingram?
Yes.
You're lucky you didn't because I got a lot of hate for that. A lot of Giants fans
really? I was like, I don't need to do it.
A lot did, but a lot didn't. A lot of Giants fans said, well, you can't trade Evan Ingram. You can't. Evan Ingram. I mean, the guy's hurt all the time. He can't block.
Right.
If I get something good, I wouldn't just trade him to trade him. But if I get a decent piece for him, I'm trading Evan Ingram.
I mean, number one, his contract's up next year. We're probably not signing him long term.
That's the reason.
Smith has shown that he can play. So do you really need to pay Evan Ingram? What the hell for? You know? So, again, I think that guy is expendable. I mean, if the Giants could get a second or third round pick for Evan Ingram, why? If they don't plan on resigning him, trade him. That's the way I look. Now, of course, we could get a compensatory pick for him, but I mean, like you said, if you get something good for him, there's no reason to leave him on the roster. I think he's expendable. I don't think he's produced enough. In
my opinion, you're running a big risk, and I'm all for keeping Evan Ingram if they want to keep him. I know he's a talented player when he's on the field, but you're running a risk in not getting a good compensatory pick if you leave him on the roster. Because if next year he gets hurt again or he struggles, you're definitely not getting a third.
Right.
You'll be lucky to get a fourth. You're probably going to get a fifth. So you're getting a back-end fifth-round pick where if you could trade him now, say the Patriots give you the last pick of the second round. It's possible. They could use another weapon for Tom Brady. So that's why I'd at least explore the option.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I mean, it's if the price is there, take it. Because I don't think the Giants are extending that guy. I don't think – we've already seen Gettleman does not like Jerry Reese guys. So there's no reason to think that Evan Ingram is going to be here past next year anyway. So, again, I think that's something you look at doing if the price is right. Because, again, he can't stay healthy. He can't get through a full season. His hands are not great, and he doesn't block well. So, there's a lot of besides the fact he runs a 4.4.
Which is great.
But it doesn't help you if you can't catch the ball or stay healthy.
You got to stay healthy, I like his talent, I like his upside, but the guy doesn't stay healthy and he's inconsistent. That's my take on Evan Ingram.
John Williams, thank you for the super chat, man. I really do appreciate that, brother. Brilly. DJ gave Pat credit for his development. Do you still feel he should be fired? I'm all about get Pat out of here. I'm done with Pat Shurmur.
Yeah, I'm for firing him. I'm gonna understand if they keep him for Daniel Jones' development. I'm not gonna go crazy, but I do think it would be the right decision to fire him. That's my take on it.
Thank you for the $5. Boom! By the way, we got over 200 people in here. So, again, thank you so much for being here. Really do appreciate you guys. It's the best. Do me a favor, you ain't done so, hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe to the channel, ring the bell. More importantly, go into the description, and the link is there tonight. Go into the description. Click on the link to the Entertainer Talking Sports. Sub him up, ring the bell. We do this all the time. Switch channels. Obviously, this is the last Giants game, so I can't say we alternate channels for that anymore. We'll have the Eagles game on this channel to finish out the season. But, of course, going into next year, same scenario.
Yeah. We're gonna do this show at least until probably a month after the draft. So it's gonna be every week. We're still gonna talk Giants. Right. We're gonna be talking draft. We're gonna be talking free agency. We're gonna be talking NFL playoffs probably next week. We'll be talking it all. So we're still going to do this show every week. Obviously, we won't be streaming Giants games together, but we're still going to do this show every week. Yes. So definitely keep tuning in, guys, and thank you guys for tuning into the stream. Another thing I wanted to point out last week that was incredibly encouraging, Saquon Barkley's usage in the passing game.
Yes.
We haven't seen that all year with Daniel Jones.
No, we haven't.
He caught for almost 100 yards.
He did. And the thing is with Daniel Jones, remember, I mean, he hasn't had Saquon Barkley a lot because Saquon got hurt Daniel Jones' first game, came back too soon. I mean, it's like 4 weeks later, came back too soon, and then Eli Manning played for 2 games. So, Daniel Jones hasn't really had the opportunity to work with a healthy Saquon Barkley at all until last week. Yeah.
Right. And you saw him work together. That's what was so exciting about it. But go ahead.
Slick Smith, thank you for the super chat, man. I really appreciate it, brother. Brilly says, good evening, fellas. Hope you had a great Christmas. I did have a great Christmas. I did. Yeah. Anytime you get to spend it with your 2-year-old son, it's just, that's what it's all about to me. It's all about my kid now. It ain't nothing about me anymore.
Yeah, and I had a great Christmas as well. I got to spend it with the family, and man, Slick Smith's a great supporter of both of ours, so thank you for that. Thank you for the love, man.
Yes, thank you for the $2. Boom! Appreciate it very much.
I don't know what that question means by rank the top 5 safest players right now. I don't know what that means. I don't know if you mean in the draft. I don't know what you mean by that.
I'm not sure what that means either. I thought he meant safeties.
And West Coast says, this is a good question. How much credit do you give Shurmur for DJ's development? I think that's a good question because I do think Shurmur deserves some of the credit. I'll let you start with that.
I was just going to say, I think what happens sometimes, and we've mentioned this a number of times, good coordinators don't always make good head coaches. I think if Pat Shurmur, and I've said this before, I mentioned this maybe last week, some other time, that I've never seen somebody get demoted to a coordinator. But if we were going to ever keep Pat Shurmur, I would like to see him be the offensive coordinator, not the head coach. It's kind of like Ben McAdoo. When McAdoo was Eli's offensive coordinator, Eli put up huge numbers. McAdoo became the head coach and everything fell apart. So sometimes guys just are not good coordinators. And I use the Ryan guys all the time. Buddy Ryan, one of the greatest defensive minds ever, not a good head coach. Rex Ryan, great defense coordinator, not a good head coach. Jay Gruden, good offense coordinator, not a good head coach.
There's plenty of them. Yeah.
There's a ton of them. So I do think Shurmur's got something to do with it. I hate the play calls that Shurmur makes, and I think that's part of the reason DJ has his ups and downs because he doesn't. I'm always concerned Shurmur doesn't build the game plan around Daniel Jones' strengths. That's just me.
Last week was really the first time where it was a flow throughout the entire game.
Seemed like it. Except for the Tampa game. The Tampa game, he had that too.
Tampa game was really good too, but that was before defenses had a book on Jones, so that's what we always pointed to. But this week was really encouraging. I give Pat a lot of credit for Daniel Jones' success. I'm not, obviously Daniel Jones has a lot to do with it too, but I give Pat a lot of credit for it. And I think that they brought Daniel Jones in because they felt like he fit Pat's system. I think that was a big reason why they drafted him to begin with. So I think they identified him as a guy that could fit in a Pat Shurmur offense, which is kind of a hybrid between the Chip Kelly and the West Coast offense. So I do think he fits the offense very well, and I give Pat credit for that. But like you said, his in-game decision-making is not good, especially his usage of the timeouts late in games. That's my biggest thing on it. Yeah. His clock management and his timeouts at the end of the games has been the biggest knock on Pat Shurmur.
The Eagle game is a perfect example. I mean, you got 46 seconds to go and 2 timeouts, or was it all 3? And I don't remember if it was 3 or 2, whatever it was. He didn't take one. He took one with 19 seconds ago. They got the ball with 10 seconds and downed it. What the hell was the point? I wanted to see what they were going to do. Well, like I said, if you allow them 10 seconds to go in the game, they're more likely to go for it at that point, knowing that you're really not going to hurt them except for with a Hail Mary. So why wouldn't you call a timeout immediately and give the ball back to your damn offense? At least try to win the damn game in regulation. You had nothing to lose. Like, why is he still coaching scared? You're 4-11. Go for it.
Exactly, and the same thing with the Patriot game. The Patriot game was the game I think where they should have went for it on 4th and 2, I think, and they punted. And I mean, Pat Shurmur is not a good head coach. He's just not. He makes a lot of head-scratching decisions. I do think he's a very good offensive mind. I think that's why he got the job. And I think in a perfect world, we would have had a much better situation where maybe if Tom Coughlin stayed on, Pat Shurmur comes in as the offensive coordinator.
Okay,
but that's done. And maybe Pat Shurmur's still here. But at the end of the day, I agree. I think the wiser decision would be to fire Shurmur because he's not going to get demoted.
Rickson, thank you for the super chat, brother. Brother, I do appreciate that. I don't think I've ever seen in my life where head coach goes offense coordinator. I don't think they would do that. I think they would just remove him. They'd remove the entire coaching regime and let the next head coach pick his coaches. That's usually what it does. And Chip Kelly, thank you for the super chat, man. I really do appreciate it, feller. Brilly, rather. Difference is players seem to like to play for Pat. Players didn't like to play for McAdoo. That's a good point. If the Giants win Sunday, they would hire a new defense coordinator and give him one last shot. I hate Shermer, but I could live with Shermer as a head coach. I wouldn't like it, but I could live with it if they did get rid of Betcher. I think Betcher's the bigger problem. And I think Betcher's gone no matter what happens.
Betcher's gone. Betcher's gone. And I'm leaning that they're going to keep Pat. I really believe that in my heart. I'm not saying I would do that. I'm leaning that they're going to keep him. I could be wrong, though. It's just my opinion. And to speak to Rickson's thing about keep him as an OC, here's the biggest thing, and I think about it from the mind of a head coach. If you're a head coach, Baddog and Rickson, and you're looking for a job, what established head coach is going to want to take a job where the former head coach who was just fired is forced upon him to be his offensive coordinator?
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense.
No, it wouldn't be good. That wouldn't be... That would be good because, Shermer's not going to... I mean, if you get demoted, I don't know.
And if I'm Ron Rivera, why the hell... I don't want Shermer coaching under me. He was the coach. Get him out of here.
That's what I'm saying. So the head coach is going to pick their guys. Q-Dog, thank you for the super chat, man. Do appreciate it. Brilly. You think Yannick was Ngongwe would be a good move? Oh, God, yes. Please.
Yeah, I'm a huge Yannick guy.
Him and Shover, let's go.
Yeah, he's got talent. That would be my number one target in terms of a pass rusher if he became available.
And Jake Schnetzer, thank you for the super chat, man. I really do appreciate it, brother. Brilly. Remember we were praising Betchers last year? I don't remember praising him last year. Were we praising him?
I was praised. I mean, I wasn't on YouTube, but I was happy when we hired him. I was never praising him in the regular season, but I was happy when we hired him. I liked him because he was accomplished, and I liked having an aggressive defense, but it never made sense in hindsight 2020 because we didn't have the personnel to fit it. And we still had a bunch of guys that were in the 4-3 that were making a lot of money. And Betcher got put in all these guys, if we're being fair, Betcher, Shermer, Gettleman, they all got put in a really tough situation.
They did.
All of them.
They did.
They were set up to fail. That's the truth.
Thank you guys for the 2 and 5 booms. I do appreciate it very much, man. Thank you. I just saw some Eagle fan here go, what happened to the 6-10 Giants? Fly, Eagle, fly. What happened to the 13-3 Eagles? What happened to the 12-4 Eagles? What happened to the greatest team ever assembled Eagles? What happened to them? They're freaking 8-7 and hanging on by a damn thread and could very easily lose this game and lose the division. You wouldn't be so cocky at 8-7 like you guys are good. You're trash. You're terrible. You're lucky you play in this division because if you didn't, you wouldn't even sniff the playoffs. So thank you, lucky stars. You're in the worst division in football.
I completely concur with everything Baddog said, and I know you got a super chat. I just want to remember this question because I've seen him ask it. Big Blue Life says, "Are you worried about spending too much money in free agency and getting back into cap hell?" So I'll remember that. Get Lilley's super chat, and then we'll get back to that.
Stephen, thank you for the super chat, man. I do appreciate it. Really, my good man says, "I disagree with players playing for Pat and not Ben. It's a different set of players. Pat got babies. Ben had hardcore." CUNT in the locker room. And this is true.
Well, yeah, no, he's right. He had established veterans that quit on him because they were jerks.
Yep. That's a great, Steve. That's a great point. Great point.
Yeah, that's a very good point he brings up. These guys are trying to prove themselves. They're young and they're hungry. So that's a fair point you bring up.
Yeah. Thank you for the 5 pound. Boom, Stephen. I do appreciate it very much.
Now to speak to Big Blue's question, are you worried about spending too much money in free agency and getting into cap hell? Yes. I do not want them to do what they did in 2016. I do not want them to sign all these guys to long-term contracts that are 30 years old, and it's inevitable that it's not going to work long-term. Yeah. Don't want them to do that. If you're going to sign guys, let them be young, let them be 25, 26. Yep. If you're going to do a 4-year deal, do something like that. I don't want to sign 29, 30-year-old guys to 4-year contracts because you're going to fail in the end. It's inevitable. They got to be smart with the cap space that they do have. I agree with that. It is a worry of mine.
Yeah, Eagles are going to run into that very soon. They are headed for that. They're going to be one of the oldest teams in football next year. They're going to have to dump a lot of, because somehow they're going to find a way to dump a lot of cap. There's a lot of big cap hits on some of those players if they dump them. They're going to have to restructure again. You can only restructure so many damn times. It's going to get you eventually.
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
we'll see.
It might be smart not to use all our cap space this year. Make sure it's smart contracts, 1-year deals, perhaps. You don't want to be signing these guys like a Nate Solder to a 4-year contract that when you know going in he's not worth it. I understand why I understood why they signed Nate Solder because they needed it. They were desperate. Yeah. But you don't want to commit to contracts like that on guys that are over the hill. You just don't want to do it.
Let's talk about Eli Manning real quick, and then we'll get to questions.
Before
we get to the questions, I'm going to do the fitted hat drawing for the
Yeah, go do that. And I just want to say hello to John Letourneau. I see he's been saying hello all night. What's going on?
You gotta love Johnny. Johnny, we love you. You're gonna lose someday. Obviously, this is Eli Manning's last game with the New York Giants. I don't know if he'll play someplace else. There's no way Eli Manning's coming back here in a backup role. He's not going to do that. I wouldn't blame him. I mean, why? You're a Hall of Fame quarterback, 2-time Super Bowl MVP. You got nothing to prove. There's no reason for him to come back here in a backup facility. He doesn't want to mentor Daniel Jones, which is what that would be about. If he's going to do that, he might as well just be a coach, which I don't see happening either. It's going to be a hard game. I know you and I are probably going to get choked up. I think a lot of Giants fans are, because when you have a guy that's meant so much to your organization all those years, and all of a sudden he's not there, and you're never going to see him again. Like, it's one thing, to have him on the bench, to know he's there, to know he's in uniform, to know he could play, then all of a sudden he's not a Giant anymore. Yeah, that's tough. When the finality of it all is going to be very tough.
For sure. Then I'll let you get that first.
Steven, thank you for the super chat, my man. Really do appreciate it, brother. Brilly. What do you think about Jedrick Willis? Outside tackle Clemson, I'm thinking he's saying. Or it was that Crimson, you mean Alabama. I'm guessing he means Alabama. I got to be honest. The only outside tackle I really paid any attention to right now is Andrew Thomas. That was the guy. I look more at, once the bowl games are over, I really start to pay attention to the college, the draft and stuff. But I have not looked at him, so I honestly could not give you an opinion on him.
Yeah, to be honest, I've heard the name. I don't know enough about him yet. I haven't done. I'm going to be doing a lot of draft research, probably starting next week after the regular season. But I don't know enough about him yet to speak on him. I'm sorry. If I could, I would.
Yeah. Thank you for the £2. Boom, Steven. I do appreciate that. But, yeah, man. I mean, Eli Manning, a lot of great memories. Best quarterback in the history of this franchise. And nobody will ever wear 10 again. And again, it's going to be difficult.
I say it all the time. I mean, Eli Manning's not just my favorite Giant. He's my favorite athlete ever. And it's as much for what he did on the field as what he did off. He's a class act. He's like, if I ever had a child, not that athletes should be role models. I agree with when you say that. But if I had a guy that was going to be a role model for my child, he would be up there for me. The way that he handled the media, the way that he handled himself as a teammate. The guy never pointed the finger. He's like Barkley. Never points the finger at anybody else but himself. And that's what I love about Saquon Barkley, because he reminds me so much of Eli Manning. He's a high character guy. He's a team first guy. And that's what I remember about Eli Manning, his clutch moments, of course, but just as much as a person. That's what I admire about him, just as much as he was an athlete.
Right, great teammate.
Yeah, that's what I'll remember about Eli. Obviously, all the phenomenal moments he gave us, but just as much what he was as a person representing the Giants. I mean, he was great. He's a great person.
Eli's the type of guy you run in front of a bus for. Eli's the type of guy you play your ass off for. Eli's the type of guy who's tough as nails. Doesn't ever get enough credit for being as tough as he was. Tough as nails, that guy. Never missed a game, due to injury. And never complained about being benched. But just like I said, his toughness, his wherewithal, his clutch gene, and like I said, did it with the utmost class. I mean, that is a perfect teammate. That's the guy you want. You run through a brick wall for Eli Manning. And I think that's a big reason the Giants drafted Daniel Jones, because he has the same type of pedigree as Eli Manning.
Yeah, that's a good point you bring up. I mean, yeah, like you said, Eli Manning, I remember he played through plantar fasciitis. I think it was in 2009. Eli Manning never made excuses. He always went out there and he competed. And that's what you could say about the guy. The guy's the ultimate New York Giant. That's when I think about what a New York Giant should be. It's Eli Manning. For me, it's Eli Manning. So
yeah.
I don't go back to your days, but for me, that's who I think. So
thanks for rubbing that in. Yeah, just a consummate professional. And all right, let's get to your questions. But first, I do the fitted hat giveaway. So this is for the members of the $4.99 and up tier. There is a lot of tickets in here. So let's just do this. If you win, you're in the chat. Make sure you send me your email. I'm not going to give you mine, because that could be anybody emailing me saying, hey, I won this. So here you go. Yeah. I'm going to do another one of these Sunday, by the way, at halftime during the Eagles-Giants game, because I didn't get to do one last month. So, all right. So the winner.
He keeps typing. I just want to let you know. I see your question, Johnny T. We'll get it after the giveaway.
All right. Here we go. Who do I got? It is Chris K. So I know we'll see Chris K during the
stream.
The stream. He's not here now. But Chris K is the winner of the fitted hat. I can't win Sunday, but I know Chris K usually stops in during the Giants game stream, or he'll comment somewhere. So if I see a comment, then I'll let him know. But Chris K wins the fitted hat for tonight. So
there you go. He's the North Dakota.
Yes,
North Dakota Giants fan.
Yes,
so that's cool, man. But yeah, I saw him type this a bunch of times. Johnny T says, Tainah, we spoke today earlier on Twitter about moving Ingram to wide receiver, big possession type receiver like Burris or Nix. Curious to see how Baddog feels about that. Go ahead.
Moving Ingram. Somebody asked me. Well, that was the thing. Somebody asked me to do a video on him moving to wide receiver, and I was going to bring up the whole. What do we do with him? Do we trade him? Should we change positions? You and I have talked about this ad nauseum.
Many times. Yeah, many times.
His value is not. There's no reason to put him at wide receiver. He's got no value there. He's not a great route runner. He's got bad hands, and all he has is speed. And he would have to learn an entire new set of plays. I just don't think you can take a tight end and make him a wide receiver. Now, I mean, if somebody was going to do that, you could have done that with Gronkowski. You could have done that with Aaron Hernandez. There's probably very few guys that you could do that with. Not that Gronkowski.
Antonio Gates in his prime, maybe.
Right. Tony Gonzalez maybe in his prime, but that would be difficult to do.
And I think the last time we talked about this, I think Johnny T's a big baseball guy. I equated it to Mike Piazza. A great hitting catcher. When you're a great hitter at a position that traditionally is not a great hitter, you're more valuable. Whether it's a second baseman or a catcher, it's the same thing with Evan Ingram. Evan Ingram is a great offensive weapon at a position that normally isn't a great offensive weapon. If you move him to wide receiver, he's no longer a mismatch problem. Right. He doesn't carry that same value. The fact that he possesses wide receiver speed at the tight end spot makes him more valuable than if you move him to wide receiver. Right. So that's my take on Evan Ingram.
Just laughing at SpermCell. He says, every day when I wear my fitted hat, I remember that Baddog touched my hat and I get teary-eyed. Oh, I'm sure you do. I'm so sure. But yeah, I mean, that's the thing. And you mentioned Mike Piazza. Joe Mauer was the same way. Once Mauer wasn't a catcher, no value. No value. Right. First baseman hit that all the time. I mean, that's no value there. So, yeah, because you're getting offense out of a position. All the tight ends involved a lot in the game plan these days. But the Giants, both of you and I thought he'd have a breakout season this year. Yeah. And then...
he did. The first 4 weeks.
That's what I'm saying. He was really good, and then he got hurt.
Yeah. I mean, there was nobody else to throw to going in. I mean, there was guys, but he was their best weapon going in.
I see Stephen Lewis says, don't forget the biggest thing against Ingram is injuries. Yeah, that's his problem. So I don't think we're bringing him back. Even in Ramdre says saying the EE can't stay healthy. Space Force says Sooners in deep trouble. Probably. But any given Saturday, man. That Saturday is December 28th. We'll see what happens. At least we're there.
Yeah.
At least we're there. Doesn't help that half our team suspended, but whatever.
Mike Nixon says, Baddog, your thoughts on Barkley and Daniel Jones wanting Shermer to stay. Can you buy into Shermer staying if it's gonna better DJ going forward? And I think he kind of spoke on that earlier.
Yeah, but not if it's not for betterment of the team. I don't care if the quarterback is better. If the team continues to be 5-11, there's no point. You have a quarterback putting up empty stats. I'd rather Daniel Jones stay where he is and win some games than a coach that can win games. It's about winning. Yeah. It's not about statistics. So he's got great statistics this year. Turns the ball over a little bit too much.
Here's what I'll say. I'm for firing Pat Shurmur, but I understand if he stays on for 1 year. But here's my take. If they keep Pat Shurmur on for that reason, because in my opinion, that's what he has going for him right now. If he's going to be kept and he's in the boardroom thinking it's his celebrity apprentice and he's talking to Donald Trump and, picture the owner is Donald Trump and he's saying, you're fired. What he has going for him right now is the rookie quarterback that they drafted to fit his system has played well in it. That's what he has going for him. And he's got a young defense. So he could use that somewhat as an excuse. But if they keep him on for that reason, that's it. That's the last strike. And it is put up or shut up time next year. He is on the shortest of leashes. The same with Dave Gettleman, in my opinion. I think that they could go in and come out together if they bring Shermer back for another year. Next year, if the team's not a good team next year, I could see them cleaning house next year. That's my opinion. But I'm not shocked if they fire Shermer either.
Barbowski said, "Take him be cut because of his PED use. Giants can void his contract. What do you think?" I don't think they'll void his contract. I think that he's played well enough for them that I think they'll keep him. And if they do keep him another year, they can cut him. It still won't cost that much. But I don't know who we replace him with. We're really thin at wide receiver, so I don't know who you'd bring in there unless you plan on drafting CeeDee Lamb or Jerry Jeudy. I just don't see that. But again, I think if the Giants want to go receiver, you could get T. Higgins in the second round. It's a guy I always mentioned from Clemson. I don't know if he'd go first round, but T. Higgins is a guy that maybe they're early second round. I just don't think the Giants have receiver problems. I think that's the least of our problems. I think these guys are good enough. I think we need that offensive line really bad, that and a linebacker. So it'll be interesting for sure.
Yeah, I mean, Jerry Jeudy's obviously going to help, but I think we need help in more important areas. My take. I could see them drafting a wide receiver the following year if they fix the offensive line, they get a pass rush. That's when you bring in players like that, in my opinion. You got to fix the foundation first.
Christian Hino. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No. Go.
Oh, I was just gonna say, Christian Hino Joe says, when you predicted us to go 8-8, did you think DJ was gonna play any of the games? I thought we'd go 7-9. Was my prediction. But yes, I think Chris and I both thought he'd play after the bye.
Yeah, in my prediction video, I actually didn't have him coming into the last 3 games. I had Eli playing 13 games, and I had Jones coming in the last 3. And I was being optimistic with 8-8. Realistic, between 6 and 8 is what I always thought. I thought 8 was best case. I thought 5 or 6 was worst case. And might get 5 wins. What do you say?
Hi, Bobby. Hi, Bobby.
Bobby!
Hi, Bobby! Hey, Bobby! Didn't mean to interrupt you there.
Everybody in the chat, say hi to Bobby. Let's go. Say hi to Bobby.
Say hi to Bobby. Bobby! I had to stop you there. Bobby came in.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You got to. No, I don't blame you. I don't want to get killed. Hey, Bobby, how you been, buddy? Well, I did the same thing in my Knicks stream.
Oh, he was in there? Okay. Oh, man. I didn't even interrupt you there, but a superstar came in, so.
Yeah, no, listen, he's the star of the show. We're going to rename the show to Bobby Talking Giants.
Talking Bobby, we're going to call
it. Yeah. Chris and Baddog and the Entertainer talking Bobby. Let's see what we got here. What's up, fellas? If the Giants beating the Eagles and Redskins beating Dallas worth hurting the draft pick? Jose Rosado, here's my take on the draft pick right now. We're not getting the second pick. There is no way the Lions are beating the Packers. Maybe you could say there's a slight chance one of those 2 teams win. There's no way both are winning. So we're not getting Chase Young. Got to get that out of our head. And in my opinion, if we're going to get the 4th or the 5th pick, I don't give a damn. Beat the Eagles. Yeah. Knock them out of the playoffs. I'll give up a 1 pick. I'll drop them 4 to 5 to have an opportunity to knock the Eagles out of the playoffs.
God, yes. Worth it. Bobby, Chris K won the fitted hat giveaway, but I'm doing another one Sunday at halftime during the Giants-Eagles stream. So tune in for that game on Sunday. Sabrina also says hi, Bobby. But yes, Afghanistan, for the first 3 picks, I go to, DieHardGiantsFan talking to somebody else. I think my chat just froze up again. What else is new?
You got a super chat there.
I see that. Kevin Brodowski, thank you so much for the super chat, my man. Do appreciate it. Brilly. How would you like to see the Giants draft Simmons, acquire Shaq Barrett from the Bucks, and edge rusher from the Jags? Well, I'm not a big Shaq Barrett guy. I don't know how good Shaq Barrett's going to be. He's only had 1 big season. I'd honestly rather get Schobert. I'd rather get the linebacker, to be honest with you. And then, of course, Yannick. Yeah, that would be amazing if we could get Ngakoue. But, I mean, I want Isaiah Simmons if we're picking 4th. That's kind of the guy that I'm there for. So, but listen, if we got those 3 guys, Kevin, I'm not going to, by the way, great name. My name's Kevin as well. But if we got those 3 guys, I'm not going to hurt my feelings.
That'd be great, Kevin. But I'm assuming, Baddog, that we're going to keep Leonard Williams.
I think so, too.
And I'm assuming that there's a chance if we stick at the 3-4, we're going to keep Marcus Golden. And if we do that, you'll be lucky to have $70 million in cap space. So in that hypothetical scenario, if you sign Shaq Barrett and Ngakoue, you're talking $45 to $50 million of your cap space is already gone. And you're not going to be able to fill any of your other needs. So if we're going to sign a pass rusher, I think it'll be 1 big guy, not 2.
Right.
Yeah.
Thank you for the $5. Boom! I do appreciate it very much. Where do I buy your... What did I just say? Where do I buy... I missed it. Minnesota, where do I buy something? This hat? I think I got this at Lids. I think someone just said that. You told us your name was Sal. Yeah, of course, it's my middle name. I went with that. That's,
Let's see what do you all think about Dalvin Tomlinson? We say it all the time at Jim Marshall every stream. Dalvin Tomlinson's been my favorite player on the New York Giants defense this entire year from start to finish. He's been our most consistent player this year. I love Dalvin Tomlinson.
He's been amazing. And again, I think that Leonard Williams has improved his game even more. I think since Leonard Williams has got you've seen Dalvin Tomlinson really start to dominate up front. He's amazing. So, yeah.
Yeah, I like Dalvin Tomlinson a lot. That was one of the good Jerry Reese picks.
It was. One of the few.
Yeah.
One of the few that's still around, to be honest.
Yeah. I like him.
The Phillies days, I don't know if I saw your Giants video, to be honest. I don't know when you put it out, so I don't remember seeing it. I'll have to check it out, but I don't remember seeing that. So, I don't know.
Bold sign. Yeah, I made a video on that. I would, if we stay in the 3-4, Corey Littleton would be a target of mine as well. Every time I watch that guy play, I love him. And he's a tough player. He's a tough player. He's a guy that came up from special teams, really proved himself last year, and this year he's taken an even bigger step. He's got like a 90 PFF grade. He's great in coverage. Yeah, I like Corey Littleton a lot. That's a guy that I would certainly have a big eye on in free agency. If we stayed in the 3-4 and he was available, I'd have a big eye on him.
Yeah, without a doubt. What games y'all streaming on Sunday? Well, the Giants-Eagles, obviously. But then it's I don't even remember who the hell the Lakers are playing.
Seahawks Niners primetime game.
You're due. Hey, you're due. Look like an inmate today. I missed your Laker game. Your fault. They lost. No, they've lost 4 in a row. So the last 3 Laker games I streamed, they lost that too. So definitely not my fault. They can't close anybody out. It's LeBron's fault. Hit a shot.
Yeah. LeBron with the groin doesn't help.
Hit a shot.
And MH with a really, really good question here. He says, how much David Mayo do you put on your foot-long sandwich? I don't put mayo on my sandwich. I hate it.
Mayonnaise is disgusting. It will not find any place apart in any of my food ever. Garbage.
Yeah.
Nick, thank you so much for the super chat, man. I really do appreciate it, brother. Brilly. Do you pass on a big free agent linebacker like Littleton or Schobert in the hopes that you can draft Isaiah Thomas, Dylan Moses, or Kenneth Murray? Well, I think that's going to decide what we draft. I think that if we go after Littleton or Schobert, then maybe you pass. Kenneth Murray's not coming here unless he falls in the second round. Kenneth Murray's not a 4th overall pick. I can tell you that right now. And I love Kenneth Murray, but he's not Isaiah Simmons. I mean, honestly, we could use as many linebackers as we could get. I'd be fine with getting Schobert and Isaiah Simmons. We need linebackers because I don't think Alec Ogletree is going to be here.
No, he's gone.
And
he should be.
And honestly, if we go to 4-3, Marcus Golden's not coming back here. So I could see us getting 2 of those 3 guys. I could see them taking Littleton, Schobert, and still drafting Isaiah Simmons. I think that is a possibility.
It's definitely possible. But like you said, it's going to depend. Free agency is going to probably dictate our draft pick. If we sign Conklin, we're probably not drafting Andrew Thomas.
Right.
So who we sign in free agency is going to have a lot to do with who's going to go in the first round this year.
Yep. Completely agree. Thank you for the $5. Boom! Appreciate it, Nick. Thank you, my man. I really do appreciate that. What kind of leap do our cornerbacks take next year? That's a great question at Formula Fitness because, God, we need them to improve big time. We need them to improve big time. I think part of it, I said this in my video today, part of it is lack of experience. Part of it is James Betcher's system.
Yeah, I mean, I think if we came into this year with realistic expectations, there was no way you could have expected this cornerback group to play that good. I mean, none of them have experience outside of Janoris Jenkins, who's regressed since being here. How could you have expected Beal, who hasn't played yet, DeAndre Baker, who hasn't played yet,
Corey Ballantyne, Julian
Corey Ballantyne, who's a 5th-round pick for a reason, or 6th-round pick, whatever it was. How are you going to expect these guys to step right in and be very productive? You got to be patient with that. You got to be patient.
DieHardGiantsFan says, how would you guys prioritize our needs?
Great question.
It is a great question. I'll let you go.
Yeah, I'm going to go over our biggest needs, and then I'll prioritize them. On the offensive line, it's a tackle and a center. No one else on no other position, in my opinion, on offense is a huge need. We could use a receiver. We could use a backup running back, but I'm talking huge need. So I'll go center and tackle on the offensive end. On the defensive end, edge rusher for sure we could use. A middle linebacker for sure we could use. We could use another safety, because you could slot Love into the slot corner, and we could use another corner. I would say those are our 5 biggest needs: safety, corner, middle. 6 biggest needs: safety, corner, middle linebacker, edge rusher, center, tackle. And I would go, for me, dominant edge rusher, if he's there, is our biggest need. But offensive tackle is very close with a second-year quarterback. I would go edge rusher 1. I'd go offensive tackle 2. Oh, man. And then maybe like a lockdown corner like an Okuda. Like, if you could get a player like that, 3, and a center 4, that's probably my order. Something like that.
See, well, obviously I'm the same as first 2, the edge rusher and the offensive tackle, left tackle, which is why I put the video up about Chase Young and Andrew Thomas. So those are the biggest, by far, those are our biggest needs here. Because our secondary is not good. You need that edge rusher that gets home on 3rd down and passing situations. So we're not giving up 3rd and 13, 3rd and 17, 4th and 13, all the time. We can't get off the field because nobody's getting to the quarterback. You need that guy that can get there and at least make the quarterback get, even if he's not getting a sack, make him get rid of it before these receivers can run 15 yards downfield or run an out pattern and get the 1st down. Because those take a long time to develop. So if you're getting somebody there that at least makes them throw the ball quick, they're not going to convert the 3rd down. That's huge. It changes everything. And then, of course, left tackle, you got a young quarterback in Daniel Jones. You got a great running back in Saquon Barkley. So you want that guy to protect your quarterback's blind side, and you want him to be able to open up holes over there on the left side of the line. Those are huge. And then the corner, I'm indifferent about the corner because I just feel like a
middle linebacker before corner. I misspoke on that.
I would like a middle linebacker before like corner. An Isaiah Simmons. We need a dominant middle linebacker that's a guy that's getting 150 tackles a year that can go out there and cover. We need that guy bad.
Yeah, we need a guy in the middle. We need the quarterback of the defense.
Stephen Lilley, thank you for the super chat, brother. I do appreciate it very much. Brilly, and Patrick Wright. Brilly to you, sir. Thank you, guys. Stephen Lilley says biggest need is a head coach who doesn't need a nurse. I know somebody else to help him change his diaper.
Yeah, I know. Good call there, Lilley.
He's bad. And Patrick Wright says slot corner is our biggest need by far on defense. See, I don't know about that so much.
I wouldn't say that, but
he's been bad.
It's a need, and we need guys who can cover. Not just at the cornerback position. So I'll agree with that in that sense. The cornerbacks and the middle linebackers, they can cover running backs and tight ends coming out of the backfield, but still pass rusher on defense for me is our biggest need.
Thank you for the £2 and the $2. Boom! I appreciate it very much. Yeah, that's the thing. The corners, but that's what I'm saying. You get that edge rusher, it makes your secondary look better. They don't have to cover it for as long. So the edge rusher is just really important because, again, you get a good pass rush. Your secondary don't have to cover as long as they're not exposed like they could be when they have to run around there all day because you can't get home. They go hand in hand. Sometimes you got a good secondary, you're going to get coverage sacks too. So
look at the Seattle Seahawks.
Right.
BataBoom, they were built around the secondary. It works both ways, but it's very hard to get a secondary like that, So, a shutdown corner like a Darrelle Revis is just as valuable as an elite pass rusher. I just feel like it's easier to find an elite pass rusher.
Kristaps Porzingis, thank you for the super chat, brother. I do appreciate it. Really need a head coach and we'll call a timeout 15 minutes left. Completely agree on that one.
Yeah. That I completely agree with. That's a great call there, Kristaps Porzingis.
He has no idea how the hell to use a timeout, how to make a challenge. He sucks.
I'm surprised he doesn't have Jones spiking the ball with 6 minutes left.
Why not? You got to save time. Thank you for the $2. Boom! I appreciate it very much, my man. I really do. I hope we kick the Eagles' ass, Jessica. Yeah, it'd be nice to end their season. Are you guys impressed with Sanders? Do you think the Giants should be worried about him? I think the Giants should be worried about everybody. Our defense stinks. Haven't watched enough of Miles Sanders, to be honest. I don't get a lot of Eagle games here. I did watch him play Dallas. You scored 17 points. It's not like you blew up the scoreboard. I watched you play against us. Miles Sanders didn't do much against us either. Is that damn Scott did a lot against us on the left side of the line because nobody's on the left side of the field the entire second half. I'm not saying Miles Sanders is bad, but I'm not like overly impressed. I don't think he's not Saquon Barkley. Let's be honest.
Yeah, he's not a game breaker. In my opinion. I've seen him play. He's good, but he's not that good.
Eagle fans think he's a rookie of the year now, though. So why not? I mean, I've seen many videos on that. He's not close to being rookie of the year, but teach their own. Daniel Jones is close to being rookie of the year. You haven't heard me mention that at all.
Yeah, Jacobs would be my front runner, but yeah, I agree with that. And somebody just said,
well, I'll do a video on that.
What is that?
So I'll do a video on that one. Daniel Jones. I love Daniel Jones. It's my guy now.
Spencer wouldn't be a bad consolation prize. See, Johnny T, I don't think he fits our current defensive system, but he's a good player.
But I don't think he's a number 4 overall pick either.
Yeah,
that's what hurts. Patrick Wright, thank you so much for the super chat, man. I really appreciate that, brother. Brilly, my man. I say slot corner because when you see our big plays given up, it's mostly in the slot. Almost always look at the games; they get burnt so quick a D-line can't get there. Well, that's a good call too.
I say that all the time when we live stream the games, Patrick. Right, you're spot on about that, but that's as much to do with the defensive coordinator as anything else. Not so much the position; it's the inability. And it might. I try to be as fair as I possibly can. James Betcher has a lot of young players. He might not want them to be playing out of position and confusing them, but it has to do. He could easily be shifting their best corner to the slot. So it has as much to do with scheme and coaching as it does with the slot position.
Right. I don't know where you're getting Terry McLaurin. Chuck, I don't know where you're getting Terry McLaurin over Brown, Jones, and Murray. I don't get that at all. Terry McLaurin's got the same numbers as Darius Slayton. Slayton missed time. I don't know. You don't even have Slayton in there. If you're going to put McLaurin in there, you got to put Slayton in there. They got the same numbers, pretty much. Thank you for the $5. Boom, Patrick. I just want to say that. Don't worry, JJ Trilla. We're gonna help you out.
Yeah, we're gonna get JJ Trilla in the playoffs. We'll help you out this week.
We'll help you out.
Yeah. Do you think the Cowboys make the playoffs?
Yes.
I mean, if we win, you do.
Yes.
So you better be big Giants fans this week. You better stop trolling us.
I do. Miami Canes is he a Cowboy fan? I think I just saw Miami Canes Productions in one of Uncle Lou's videos because Miami lost 7-0 to La Tech today, and that was kind of funny. Boy, Miami's wow. Well, that program fell apart. Boy, you get shut out by Louisiana Tech. Jesus.
They used to be incredible, that program, in the 2000s, and then Nebraska. I remember when I was a kid growing up, they were great. You had Florida State was dominant when I was a little kid. Florida went through a spell there where they were great. It's funny how college football kind of goes through different eras.
It really does. Don't be surprised if Gettleman drafts Jedrick Willis from Alabama. Nothing surprises me with Gettleman, Steven. Nothing.
Yeah, nothing. I agree with that.
Isaiah Rogers says Cowboys still have to beat the Skins. We're assuming that that's going to happen. Assuming. Yeah. But hey, if Cowboys somehow lose, then the Giants ought to lose. What's the difference? Because then it doesn't mean anything to us.
Right. Who should win Rookie of the Year? And is Danny? I mean, right now, going into last week, I would say Josh Jacobs is the Rookie of the Year.
I would think so too.
But Jones has an outside chance.
Yes. Try to pronounce your last name. Quintanar.
Yes, that's exactly how I would pronounce it.
Quintanar. By the way, anybody that's new to the channel, if you guys ain't done so, please do me a favor. Hit that thumbs up. It does help out the stream. And we do this all the time. So please hit that thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Ring the bell. More importantly, down below, go into the description. The link to the Entertainer Talking Sports is down there. Click on that link. Sub him up. Ring the bell as well. We do this all the time. We'll be doing this show, like you said, right up until like a month after the draft, even in the offseason. We'll talk Giants, talk playoffs. We'll do whatever, but we will still do it once a week, and we alternate channels. So please sub up both channels, ring both bells. And as always, thank you guys and girls for being here. Really do appreciate all the support. You guys are the best.
Appreciate it.
Doral, thank you for the super chat. I do appreciate it very much. Really, being the Eagles doesn't give us anything. We can make fun of them for a day or two. That's it. Drafting a better player with higher pick matters. But if it's only one spot, it is so worth knocking them out of the playoffs. In my opinion, it's worth ending this shit.
Here's what I'm going to say. And I know it sounds crazy, but if the Eagles win that game, they'll have 5 wins in a row, or four wins in a row.
Yep.
They were 5-7, so they're going in hot, much like we were when we were 9-7. They'd have a home game against probably the 49ers, a game in which they could win, an inexperienced 49ers team. If they won that game, that'd be 5 wins in a row. Then they'd be going to Lambeau Field, a place where they killed the Packers earlier this year. I don't want to give the Eagles any chance to be hot going into the playoffs and go on a run. If we have an opportunity because of one draft slot, are you kidding me? No. And the Eagles season. They're our biggest rival. I want to beat them. Beat them.
Thank you so much. To find out. Boom! I do appreciate it. See, I don't think they can beat the 49ers. They're too,
I'm not saying they will.
They're too injured.
Yeah, you're probably right, but I wouldn't rule it out. They're experienced. The 49ers don't have any experience.
Why can't I say he's at Terry McLaurin's level? Why can't I say that? Why can't I say that? He put up the same damn numbers. How is he not at his level?
Oh, you're talking about who? Slayton and McLaurin?
Yeah. He said he hasn't been in Chuck Short says Slayton's been good, but he hasn't been at McLaurin's level.
I mean, they both been great. I don't get to watch McLaurin every week like I do Slayton, so it's hard for me to compare the two.
I'm just going by statistics. I don't understand. Slayton missed time, and he's got as many touchdowns as McLaurin, doesn't he?
Probably. He's got 8. I don't know how many McLaurin has. But McLaurin's really good. Every time I watch him play, he's good.
Yeah, I'm not even saying McLaurin's not a better receiver, but if you just look at the numbers, you can't say that he's head and shoulders better than he's not.
Yeah.
You know? Cowboys lost the division to the Redskins 2012, Week 17. Something to keep in mind. Oh, the Giants, listen. The Giants are going to go out there and try their ass off to beat the Eagles and knock them out of the playoffs. There is not a doubt in my mind. Nothing would make them happier than to beat the Eagles and knock them out of the playoffs.
And they should.
That's what you're going to want to do.
Yeah.
You know? So.
That's a good question. All right. Christopher Spire says, all right, I'm gonna ask Baddog this question. If beating the Eagles means Shermer comes back, so if they lose to the Eagles and the Eagles make the playoffs because of the loss, but you get rid of Shermer, what do you prefer?
Beat the Eagles.
You still want Shermer back? Just beat the Eagles.
I told you. I won't like it. I can stomach him back here as long as they get rid of Betcher. Betcher's the biggest issue with this team. Get rid of Betcher. This offense is okay. It's not bad. Yeah. It's going to get better. Shermer's got to learn how to use his damn timeout. Stop being a damn fool and just play it. When something's working, stay with it. Don't get cute and, oh, that's working. Let me try something. No. So that's what aggravates me about him more than anything else. Betcher's system with this team stinks. He's got to go. This defense is pathetic. It's awful. It's disgraceful. It's bad. It's embarrassing.
I agree. That's the primary. The one guy that will 100% be fired should be Betcher for sure. I agree with that.
Anything to get rid of the damn Eagles. I don't care what the hell. I hate that team.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
Want to beat them. I don't want them in the playoffs. I can't.
I'm with you on that.
Conmack, you're probably right. He says it'll be 14-3 in the first half, and the Giants will mess it up some. Of course. I mean, that's our MO against this team for whatever reason.
Raymond says, which team do you hate the most? It's Eagles for me, right now at least.
Yeah. Stephen Lloyd says, shouldn't Bosa be Rookie of the Year? Well, they have a defensive Rookie of the Year and an offensive Rookie of the Year. So Bosa is he and Josh Allen will fight for defensive Rookie of the Year.
I didn't look at the stats recently. I think Bosa's going to get it, though, because Bosa
he's awesome.
Seems to be a more well-rounded player, at least at this point, than Josh Allen. Josh Allen's pretty much strictly sacks, so probably Bosa's one.
Yeah.
We'll get it.
Gentlemen, do you think Shermer is an influencer? No.
What do you mean by what does he mean by that? Do you think Shermer is an influencer in terms of what, like influencing players to play better? Do you think that's what it means? I don't know.
I'm not sure. I think he means that he influenced players to be better. I don't know. Shermer just agitates the hell out of me. He won't take accountability for anything. There goes my chat. He won't take accountability for anything. Then it just came back. That was really weird. He won't take accountability for anything. He always says we're going to fix it. He doesn't do anything differently. He's very vanilla as a play caller, and I just don't
I completely get why people are frustrated with Pat Shermer, want to move on. I've gotten to the point where I want to move on. But I'm not gonna cry if they bring him back. That's where I am. I understand both sides of it. That's my honest take on it. I understand both sides of it.
Yeah, absolutely. What was I gonna say? I forgot what somebody Somebody just said that. Yes, Steven. Mostly should be rookie of the year defensively, without a doubt. But so, Shermer's just a. I can stomach it. Got to get rid of anything to beat the Eagles. I don't care if that means Shermer coming back. Whatever. Just get the. I hate them. People, you hate the Eagles like that? Yes, I do.
Oh, Afghanistan. I don't blame you. According to my poll, 81% of Giants fans are with you, Afghanistan. 81% of Giants fans, not only want him gone, think he will be gone, according to my poll. So I don't think you're in the minority there. I'm even with you. I just could see it both ways. I could understand why they would keep him, and I don't think he's the main culprit. I think the main culprit's Mara, and I've said it time and time again.
The Phillies, he's showing a little that he's nervous. Showing that he's nervous. When he says, do y'all think it's wise to play Barkley and Daniel Jones just to beat us and potential players getting hurt? Season's over, man. Season's over. They have the potential to get hurt week 1, week 17. That potential's always there. What are you playing for at this point? No, you're playing to get them experience. You're playing to win the game. Jobs are on the line. Pat Shurmur is not going to go, well, we're 4-11. My job's safe. I'm going to sit my best players and lose and go 4-12 and lose to the damn Eagles again, a team who he's never beaten, and say, well, then we'll see where the chips fall. He's not doing that. He's playing the winning. That guy is playing for his job. He is coaching for his job.
That's why you can't get on these guys. It's not fair.
Right.
I agree with you. You can't everybody that got mad at the Giants. I get getting mad that we're not going to get the pick, but you can't get mad at the Giants organization for going out there and trying to win. These guys' livelihood depends on it. Whether it's the coach, whether it's the players, how are you going to get mad at a David Mayo who's trying to compete to get a job next year? You can't do it.
There's a great question by Doral. Thank you so much for the super chat. Really, really, really do appreciate that. Amari Cooper is a free agent. We never talk about him.
Right.
Amari's the number one and drop for Tate. Tate makes $10 million a year, right? Cooper's probably going to command the Odell Beckham money.
Tate, his dead cap hit next year is like $13 million. His dead cap hit is more than what he makes.
No, but Barbowski said because he got caught with PDs, they can get rid of it and not take a cap hit.
Oh, that I didn't know.
So if there is
if that's accurate, I'll tell you right now, if that's accurate, as good as Tate has played, I'd probably cut Tate.
That's what I'm saying.
You can draft a wide receiver that you don't have to command $10 million. Because I'm probably going to cut him the next year anyway, and it's a $5 million dead cap. And if that's accurate, I'd probably move on from Tate.
Yeah, but to get Cooper, I mean, again, that's probably an $8 million difference. That's nothing. It's right. That's a really good question because we just assume Cooper is going to be with the Cowboys.
I think the Cowboys are going to keep him.
I do too, but I mean, if he's out there. That's not a bad idea.
Yeah, I'd be shocked if the Cowboys don't keep him, though.
Chip Kelly and Stephen Lane, thank you guys for the super chats. Really do appreciate that, my guys. Brilly. Rookie scrimmage yards. Josh Jacobs, 13-16, 7 touchdowns. Miles Sanders. Wow, I didn't know Miles Sanders had that many scrimmage yards. 6 touchdowns. I think Daniel Jones should get Rookie of the Year, but Sanders is right. I didn't. You know what, Chip? I did not even realize that. I had no idea Sanders had that many yards. I didn't. So I learned something today. And Stephen Lee says, if Yusuf Mohammed say that again and I'm banning him, number 56 GOAT. Okay, I don't know what that is. You didn't need a super chat for that. You could have just told that.
He said, would you rather take Eli Manning and Lawrence Taylor out of New York Giants history or from now on go undefeated against the Philadelphia Eagles?
Oh, I see what he's saying. No, give me my history. Yeah, now I know why Stephen Lee said that because 56 is the guy. Stephen, I should have worn a jersey for Stephen. The LT jersey I got for Christmas. I should have worn it. Thank you guys for the $5 on the 5-pound. Boom! Really do appreciate it, guys. Thank you very much. So, yeah. And
do you want a coach that can influence both offense and defense? It seems Shurmur is a great offensive coach. Retro, what I'll say to that is, yeah, of course, in a perfect world, yes, right? But there's very few coaches, in my opinion. You look at the best coaches in football. A lot of them only influence one side of the ball. Andy Reid is an offensive guy. Sean Payton is an offensive guy. Yeah, Bill Belichick probably influences both sides, but it's very few and far between where a head coach is great on both sides of the ball.
DePhillies Ace says 90% chance we should beat y'all. No, it's not 90%. It's 50-50.
I'll give them I'll say 57% Eagles, 43% Giants. But I think we have a very legitimate chance of winning.
I do too. And then, what did I just see down here? I got a Daniel Jones, Christopher. That's not what I was looking at. Oh, Saquon needs 89 yards to reach 1,000. Will he do it? Yes. Yes.
Well, what was the question?
Nick Young says Saquon needs 89 yards to reach 1K. Will he do it? I say he will.
He should do it. There's no reason why he shouldn't get 89 yards on Sunday.
I say he will.
He should do it. LT or MJ? I'm a Giants fan. I didn't get to see LD play. I got to go MJ.
As far as what?
I guess a greater athlete.
Oh.
I
gotta go MJ too. I mean, he's the greatest basketball player ever. He won 6 titles. LT only won 2. But trust me, LT is the greatest defensive player in the history of football. So
yeah,
I mean, he's pretty damn amazing.
Unbelievable.
Now my chat froze again. Of course it did. Maybe not.
Which Harbaugh would you prefer as our head coach? Speaking hypothetically, that's a great question because both of them are very accomplished. You could definitely argue John because I think I love Jim Harbaugh. I've said for months that if there was a guy that even had a remote possibility to be the Giants head coach, that would be the guy I'd want to bring in. But John Harbaugh, he seems to get along a lot better with the front office than a Jim Harbaugh does because he's been there for so long. So that to me is Jim Harbaugh's bigger weakness, and it seems like John Harbaugh doesn't have as big of a temper. So I'd probably take John. As much as I like Jim, I'd probably take John.
Yeah. My chat did freeze up again, so I got to look at my phone. Jean Ballet says, do you think the Giants could target free agent cornerback Logan Ryan from the Titans? 4 picks, 4 forced fumbles, 4 sacks, 8 QB hits, 107 tackles. There's a guy I wouldn't even know existed because I don't think I've seen any. The Titans don't play here on this TV, upstate New York. So I didn't even realize he was that good.
I've heard of him, but I don't know that much about him.
The only thing I can say is that we have so many spots and we only have so much money. So I guess it would be where the Giants decide to prioritize what their biggest needs are and who would fit their system the best. But there's no doubt we could use another corner that's a veteran corner. So I don't really like Akuda. He's be a rookie. We don't have a veteran presence back there anymore.
Yeah.
Now that Jenkins is gone, we need a veteran corner. It's something.
You could do both, but we've already spent so many picks on that position.
Are the Giants thinking about drafting the Oklahoma center, says Joseph Sandberg? Well, it depends on where Creed Humphrey goes. If he's a second-round guy, I certainly wouldn't mind Creed Humphrey, but I think the left tackle is more important than the center. As bad as Jalapeno is, and he sucks.
He's horrible.
Left tackle is more.
I think Pulley should be starting over him at this point.
I'd
rather see Pulley out there than help you. But I see Big Blue says, who would you hire as the next DC? First off, got to see who the head coach is first because he's going to have a lot of influence on that. But Wade Phillips is a name I've heard a lot of people throw out there. He's a very good defensive coordinator. He's certainly a possibility, maybe. That's a guy I would be interested in realistically. Greg Williams, if he would ever shift teams from Giants to the Jets, that's another guy I like. Those are just 2 names off the top of my head.
Yeah. I think my chat is starting to catch up. Chris Senior has been drinking soda pop again.
He does that.
Yeah, he said Sayah's been on LT. Maybe a drinking soda poppies. But
I think he's drinking something. It might be something a little stronger than soda poppies. If he thinks Junior Seau is better than LT.
I think he got into the chocolate again. Is what I think happened.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think he got into the chocolate.
Do you think we can make a deal with Cincinnati? Take Young at 1, swap picks if they're false. See, this is the thing about I wouldn't trade up. We have too many needs. Chase Young isn't a difference maker.
I wouldn't trade up either. Yeah, I made a video as a hypothetical, but I agree with you. I would not trade up at all. I would, if anything, I want to trade down if I'm the Giants.
We just too many needs. If we were a Chase Young away, like if we were 8-8 this year, and we just needed that piece, then I'd be like, yeah, why not? But we're not good. I mean, we're either finishing 5-11 or 4-12. We need players.
We need as many pieces as we could get.
So
I mean, when's the last
too many
time?
holes here.
I'm sure you could point to a time where it happened, but how often do the Patriots trade up? It's much more common that they trade down.
Yeah.
Right? And look how successful they are. They get players to fit their roles at a very affordable rate by doing things like that.
Would I still take Kyler over DJ? I love Kyler Murray, man. But no, I wouldn't. I love DJ's my guy. DJ is my guy. DJ's my
Yeah,
guy.
I agree with you. I'd go DJ.
Doral, thank you for the super chat. I really do appreciate it. Really. All I want for Christmas is for Belichick to go down. I wish.
You and us both.
I wish.
Yeah, I don't think it'll happen, but that would be amazing.
I wish.
That'd be amazing for sure.
Thank you for the $2. Boom! What's up? Jack Vegetables is in the house. Defensive lineman or cornerback first pick? Gotta go lineman. Game's one in the trenches.
Yeah.
That's
maybe it means a defense, offensive lineman, or corner. Maybe defense or offense. Well, regardless, I would defense and offensive lineman before cornerback. Linebacker for me before cornerback.
Yeah. I agree. Just because we have so many corners, and I think they could go out and sign one. But, well, it's going to be a very interesting offseason for the Giants. A lot of cap space, a lot of draft picks. Looking forward to seeing what we do. And, I listen, Gettleman tried to do things. They just didn't work. But he definitely addressed, our issues, our needs. And they just didn't pan out. But it's not like he ignored. Jerry Reese ignored all the weaknesses we had. He ignored them.
Well, I'll be fair. He didn't always. He just missed a lot with the offensive linemen. But the linebackers he always ignored. But some guys that Gettleman's not even getting credit for. Nick Gates. Nick Gates was an undrafted free agent.
Yeah.
He brought him in. The guy's played well. Mayo, a guy that a lot of people made a video on him today. A lot of people, and I'm not saying he's going to be a starter, but he's certainly shown he's a productive NFL player. And a lot of people, myself included, I made a video on it. Brandon Marshall, go out there bringing the establishment linebacker Brandon Marshall. He elected to go out there and bring in a David Mayo. That proved to be the better move. So, got to give Gettleman credit for some things too. For a lot of people like to bash him for a lot of things. He's made a lot of good decisions for as many bad decisions as he's.
And another overlooked one, and again, it's not a sexy thing that he signed. Nobody really gives a damn. But we mention him almost every stream. Cody Core. I mean, how good has Cody Core been on punt coverages, getting down there, making a tackle, down to the ball inside the 5-yard line? Again, that's something so many people would overlook because that's hidden yardage that a lot of people don't see unless you're watching the game.
Every game we watch, Baddog, we talk about it.
Right.
And it doesn't show up in the box score, but every single game, Cody Core is doing something great in terms of punt coverage.
Right.
That was another good pickup I got him.
And it is. And then his draft has been solid. His late draft picks this year, but Conley was playing out of his skull before he got hurt. Darius Slayton's had a fantastic season for the New York Giants. Julian Love has played well when he's been in there. You're not going to hit on every draft pick. So, yeah, Ballantyne doesn't. He looks lost out there. DeAndre Baker, just needs to be in a better system. DeAndre Baker cannot play zone. He didn't play zone at Georgia, so he should.
And if we're being fair, Ballantyne shouldn't even be out there.
Right.
The guy was playing in nothing school. It's just that they don't have players right now, and he shouldn't be out there. He shouldn't be starting.
Right.
Yeah.
So, again, that's the thing. But I think he's done a good job in the draft. He's got a lot of draft picks, and he's going to have a lot of cap space. He's got to hit on these guys. He's got to hit on these guys. They got to come in here, and they got to perform. That's all you can hope for. But Nate Solder was the best left tackle available. He recognized that Eric Flowers was a problem. And my chat froze again. He recognized that there was a problem, and he tried to address it. It just failed. Nate Solder stinks. What else can you say?
Yeah. Pat Shermer is in a bar. He had two options: talk to a guy or talk to a chick. He talked to a guy. Hashtag that son of a bitch.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Baddog, that's a great point. I want one of you guys to do a video on potential head coaches. Yeah, I'm going to do a ton of those, and I'm sure Baddog will also. But first, I want to see if Shermer's fired. I'm not. Yeah, at this point, why am I? We're going to find out in 4 days.
Yeah. So
I'm going to wait until Monday, and then if he is fired, that's when I'll start pumping out a lot of potential head coaching videos.
Right. Now it's moving again. This chat's weird.
Lamel Sinclair says he's going to go showers. Lamel Sinclair, one of our best subs, man, go shower.
Oh, it's always good to shower. I look forward to that every day. Sometimes twice a day. Most of the time twice a day. Once in the morning and once after I get out of the gym. So I like to, hit that twice a day, especially in the summer. I love that. I love getting in there, cooling off. You go out there, you mow the lawn, you get all filthy, you get in there, you wash yourself off, you get out on the couch, crack open an ice cold Corona or a Modelo, and you watch the Yankees whoop that ass. That's a good summer day, Chris.
Hopefully the Mets do something like this year. That'd be a good summer day for me.
For you, substitute the Yankees with the Mets. It was the same thing.
Yeah, as long as they kick ass, which they have not done.
Even if they don't sometimes. It's just good to watch a ball game with a cold beer.
That's true.
Yeah.
This is true.
That's what life's all about.
Yeah.
In the perfect world, that's what life's about. 78 degrees, window open, nice May breeze in there, sun up till 8:30 at night, kicking back on a beer, relaxing, and watching a ball game. It's good stuff.
I agree with you. I'm with you on that. Opinions on Giants State? You mean MetLife Stadium, Rich? It's okay. I was, to be honest with you, I was a little underwhelmed when they first built it.
Yeah. Johnny Wick says, Baddog, happy holidays, and Eli needs to take his place on the couch. He will. This is his last game. He will take his place on the couch. But we're going to send him off with a victory. Even if he doesn't get credit for it, we're going to do that for him anyway. So
I'd like to see that. I would like to see that.
Dave, man, thank you so much for the super chat, man. I really do appreciate it, brother. Really, really, my man. He says Gettleman has been great on the waiver wire, not just drafting. Guys like Caden Smith, Cody Corey, and Jamon Brown were all good pickups. Jamon Brown was a great pickup for us.
Yeah, that's another. He turned our season. I mean, I'm not going to say he solely turned it around, but he was a big part of why we played better in the second half last year. It's another good name.
And the only reason I think we didn't bring him back was because we traded for Zeitler. And Zeitler was an upgrade. Zeitler's also been really good this year. Now he's hurt, which has allowed us to see how good Nick Gates has been. So maybe it's a blessing in disguise, but that right side of the line, if you have Zeitler and Gates, that's a pretty good right side of the line. We just need to figure out that left tackle spot. And I don't know what they're going to do there, but you like to see the offensive. The offensive line played very well last week. It's not like Washington's defense is terrible. Their offense is terrible, which worries you about our defense. Right. But it's not like their offense or their defense is a terrible defense. They certainly missed Kerrigan.
Average, but it's not abysmal.
Right. Yeah. Ours is abysmal.
Yeah, and they made it look abysmal. So, I would like Conklin if he's healthy. Moves. That's a name we've talked about often. I would like Conklin if he's healthy.
Absolutely. Thank you for the $5. Boom! Especially if Nick Gates can play center, and then you put Conklin on the right side. Then you're building something.
Yeah, we'll see if they do that. There's a lot of things they can do this offseason. There's going to be a lot of scenarios that we're going to talk about in the show, that we're going to talk about in our videos. There's going to be a lot of different things and ways the Giants could go about filling these holes this year. That's for sure.
We'll go for like another 15 minutes or so since we started a little later tonight.
Yeah.
Chuck Shart says, what do you guys think of Eric Bieniemy? That's a random question.
Well, he's very high on him. I think he wants him to be his head coach with the Redskins. He talks about him a lot. He's the offensive coordinator, right, Chuck? I don't know a lot about him, to be completely honest with you. I don't know enough about him. I know I've read a lot of articles of people that are hiring him as a potential head coaching candidate. But it would make sense if I'm a Redskin fan to bring in an offensive mind. You got a young quarterback that you want to see take that next step forward. So I could see if I was a Redskin guy, I would want an offensive-minded head coach. Yeah,
I thought he was asking about when he was a running back. The only thing I know about Eric Bieniemy was Chris Berman saying Eric's sleeping with Bieniemy. That's all I know about Eric Bieniemy. Didn't even realize you were talking about him being a head coach. I have not heard that. Then again, I've only I hear the big name free agent or the big name coaches, and I only think about the ones coming to the Giants. Again, that's more off-season fodder for me to go around and look at potential head coaches for other places. But yeah, I don't know much about him as a coach. So I couldn't even tell you, honestly.
Yeah, I personally wouldn't want him, Chuck. I want a defensive guy. That's what I want. If we're gonna change coaches.
MH says, is Golden Tate a golden mate for this New York Football team? No.
Yeah, no. He's a Golden Tate.
Yeah.
But somebody asked if that's 100%. Yeah, he's the Chiefs' offensive coordinator. Here's what I'll say about the Chiefs' offensive coordinator.
I could do it.
Yeah, I was going to say, I mean, this is why I would be reluctant to hire him as a head coach. You're learning, you're coordinating under, in my opinion, the most brilliant offensive mind in all of football in Andy Reid.
He's good.
And Andy Reid has done it in other places with all different types of players. I think Andy Reid is the guy who deserves the real credit for that Chiefs offense, not the offensive coordinator. So That's my take on him. Why I wouldn't hire him.
Chuck Sharts, yes, Lincoln Riley that guy's a brilliant offensive mind. That guy could have easily had 3 consecutive. If Jalen Hurts didn't turn the damn ball over so much down the stretch, and Joe Burrow didn't play out of his skull, Hurts could have been the 3rd straight Heisman Trophy winner at Oklahoma. So he knows what he's doing there. And Jalen Hurts is completely different than Mayfield. Mayfield was completely different than Murray. Murray's completely different than Hurts. They're they're totally different quarterbacks. At the end of the day, they're all fantastic, and that offense is great every year. So, Cruz on 26, thank you for the super chat, brother. I do appreciate it. My man, Billy says Markus Golden got a bonus of $1 million for 10 sacks.
Yep, I saw that today. It was a news story on that, and I just want to say a little rogue dog. Thanks, popping. But yeah, he had 9.5, and they made a stat correction, and because they upped it to 10, he got an extra $1 million pay, which is a lot for a guy that was only making 3.5 or 3.75.
Thank you so much for the $2. Boom! By the way, give credit to my co-host here, who said Markus Golden would lead the team in sacks before the year started. So,
and he looks like he will, outside of Zimenez getting 6 sacks on Sunday. It looks like he will. Yeah. But he deserves that bonus.
That's our next closest sack
guy. He's got 4.5. That's our second guy.
Oh, my God. That is sad.
Well, the year before, 5.5 was the leader with
PJ Hill. Yeah. Well, hey, Lorenzo Carter got a sack and a half. I feel good about that pick. If he would have done that every game, Chris, we would have had something. He would have had 24 sacks.
Yeah, but Golden, Golden's played well. I'm glad he got that bonus. He deserves it.
He does. So, if anybody deserves a bonus, it's him.
Yeah, he deserves it. I got a super chat there. Question.
Yeah. David Bialaglo, man, thank you so much for the super chat. I really do appreciate it, my man. Brilly. If you had to choose either keep Leonard Williams or Markus Golden, which one would you keep? Depends on the system. If we go back to a 4-3, you got to keep Leonard Williams. It's a
4-3. You're not keeping Markus Golden.
Right.
He doesn't fit in the 4-3. I'm not going to pay a lot of money to a guy who is meant to play in a 3-4.
That's what I'm saying.
I've had some subscribers tell me he's a good enough football player. I don't care. Keep him even if you go to the 4-3. No. I'm not going to pay a guy whose strengths are for the 3-4. So if you switch to the 4-3, Golden is gone. If you stay in the 3-4, I still think I go Leonard Williams.
I was going to say, I think I would keep Leo. I feel like, even though he doesn't have a sack, I feel like the last 4 games, now he's kind of got acclimated to the defense. He has really, really made a big influence up front. And again, we talk about this, not just him, but Dalvin Tomlinson has played a lot better. B.J. Hill played a lot better. Dexter Lawrence has played well all year, but I think Leonard Williams helps those guys up front. And, I know we gave up a 3rd and a 5th round pick for the guy, and people killed getting him, but this isn't looking as bad as it could have. Now, everybody's going to say, well, we could have just signed him as a free agent, but maybe Gettleman didn't want to get in a bidding war, and he's just easier to sign the guy. They could franchise him if they wanted, but,
Yeah.
But thank you so much for the $5. Boom! Appreciate that.
I think the other thing you got to factor in when asking about those 2 players, Markus Golden is bad in coverage, Retro. He's not. He's strictly a guy that goes after the quarterback. But I think the other thing you got to factor in is injury history. Markus Golden has had really bad injuries twice in his career. Leonard Williams has pretty much played every game since he's been in the NFL. So you also got to factor that in. Leonard Williams has a much cleaner bill of health. So I would lean Leonard Williams.
Best corner in Giants history. I don't remember if he's a corner or a safety, but I think he was a corner. That's Emlyn Tunnell. There's no doubt about it. That guy had 70. He's got the second most interceptions in the history of football at 79. So Emlyn the Gremlin definitely.
He's a Hall of Famer.
Best corner. Yeah. He's one of the best players in the history of our franchise. When I did that top 10 Giants of all time, I think I had him 5th. He's up there. He's one of the best we've ever had.
Yeah. In my lifetime, I would say Jason Sehorn. Since I've been watching.
In my lifetime, yes, it would have to be Sehorn, without a doubt. Yeah. And I loved Sehorn. I still haven't got the Sehorn jersey. So I like Sehorn too. Austin Matos, thanks so much for the super chat, man. Do appreciate it, brother. Brilly. Do we extend Dalvin Tomlinson? Got to.
Yeah, I love Dalvin Tomlinson. I mean, here's what I'm going to say. One thing I haven't talked about, and I thought about making a video on this, and I'm probably going to just talk about it because I'm doing a roster breakdown video tomorrow. The Giants have so many good defensive tackles. If they're going to make a trade, that may be a position where you look to make a trade. You've got a logjam. If you're bringing back Leonard Williams, you got Leonard Williams, you got Dalvin Tomlinson, you got B.J. Hill, you've got R.J. McIntosh, who's played somewhat well when he's got an opportunity. Dexter Lawrence. You have a logjam of guys up the middle. So you may look, as much as I love Dalvin Tomlinson, his value is high right now. You may look to trade Dalvin Tomlinson. You have so many talented players there. If you get a second-round pick, I don't know if you would, but you may look to trade one of these guys. They have a lot of really good. I love Dalvin Tomlinson. I want to keep him, but I'm just saying I would look to trade one of them if I could.
That's a good point. I mean, they do have a lot of those guys for sure. Thank you for the $2. Boom! Star Rob is correct. Mark Collins was a very good cornerback for us. Very good. He always shut down Jerry Rice. I mean, Mark Collins did as good a job on Jerry Rice as I've seen any other cornerback do when I was watching football. So, I loved Mark Collins, too. He was one of my favorite because I always liked the secondary. That's what I played in high school. I always liked the secondary guys. So, I liked him a lot. Corey Webster, I ruined his career because he wouldn't take a picture of me, and that was the end of his career. When Baddog asks you for a damn picture, you take a picture of me. Who the hell asked for Corey Webster to take a damn? Who the hell even knew who the hell Corey Webster was except for me?
Yeah.
Victor Cruz took a damn picture of me.
I'm trying to think of corners that just haven't been there. We haven't had good corners. We've had mediocre corners. Yeah. I remember when we drafted Will Allen. He was supposed to be good.
Oh, he sucked. Oh, my God. He was bad.
They had two Wills. It was Will Allen and Peterson, was it? Will Peterson?
Well, we had Will Hill. He was
Will Hill, maybe it was. I don't remember. But, yeah, they had two Wills that were at the corner spot that were supposed to be good, and they weren't. Obviously, Amukamor was okay. We haven't had good corners.
Amukamor had seven. He had 7 picks in 5 years here. That's terrible.
Aaron Ross was okay.
Yeah. Corey Webster was okay. I really liked Terrell Thomas. He would have been a really good corner had he stayed healthy. I love Terrell Thomas. That was my guy, man.
He was really good at the beginning.
Yeah, he was. Trying to think who else played on the other side of Jason Sehorn. We had a good secondary when Sehorn was there. God, it was a Tito Wooten. Tito Wooten was a safety. Sam Garnes was a safety.
Sparks. What about Sparks?
Felipe Sparks. Right? Yes, he was the other guy.
Yeah, Felipe. Yep. Yeah.
I always remember Emmitt Smith, opening day of '95, waving by to Felipe Sparks as he ran into the end zone. One of the worst memories of my freaking life. God, I hated Emmitt Smith. God, I hate the Cowboys. But I hate the Eagles more, so we're going to help the Cowboys out this week. That's right. And the Giants stink. It's like the Eagles are good. That's what makes you laugh. Eagles fans saying we stink. You guys stink.
Yeah. And I agree with you. He could be the next Linville Joseph if we trade him. But I wouldn't blame him if they got a second-round pick because we have a logjam there. I love him. He's my favorite player on the defense. But if you get something good for him with as much talent as we have at that position, I wouldn't be upset about it.
Uncle Lou, I appreciate that.
What did he say?
He said if he swung from the other side of the plate, he'd date me. I appreciate that, Uncle Lou. Thank you. It's one of the most interesting compliments I've ever gotten about. You gotta love Uncle Lou. Uncle Lou's the best. Lou, and I know Uncle Lou enjoyed that Miami game very much. Then they get shut up by Louisiana Tech. That was a good game. You gotta love that. I know Uncle Lou's been going at it with the guy, a Miami fan, and the Miami fans are more. And actually blocked me because he's a wuss. I didn't even say anything to him. I just told him that Duke is better than Miami because they beat him, and he blocks me. He's a wuss. But anyway, DieHardGiantsFan, thank you for the super chat, man. I do appreciate it so much. Really, really, my man says, I can't wait for these streams and we're good. Tell me about it.
Well, you're telling us. I mean, could you imagine how pumped up we're going to be when the Giants are actually winning football games and beating the Eagles and the Cowboys?
It'd be amazing.
Yeah.
Imagine this show in 2011.
Oh, it's going to happen. It goes in cycles. We'll be at the top soon, believe me. So, it'll happen.
I don't know what just happened to your camera there, buddy.
Oh, did I drop out?
Oh, yeah, I think he did. But thank you so much for the $2. Boom! There he is. He's back. He's back and better than ever.
I'll get the better camera. Hold on. Whatever.
All right. We can see.
Yeah, all right. You can see me.
All right. Sounds good, Omcar. We'll go 5 more minutes and then we'll call it a night. Susan, before I die, I want to watch a game of Baddog. Don't even care what sport or what game. It'd be This camera went out again.
Did it go out again?
It did go out again. Yes, Uncle Lou, I will say this. If you ever watch one of my streams, I'm the same damn way in person or whatever as I am on stream. There's no difference. Tainah is going crazy with his camera.
It should be good now.
But Uncle Lou, I would love to watch a game with you. Like the 2017 Rose Bowl, how good would that have been to watch that one together? Oklahoma and Georgia. They're one of the best games I've ever seen, by the way. Of course, I end up losing because that's just what Oklahoma does, but that was unbelievable Rose Bowl.
Yeah, Oklahoma's been snake bitten. I was watching that on ESPN today. They've been snake bitten. They keep losing late in the playoffs every year.
No, we didn't lose. We got the hell beat out of us a bunch of years. Clemson pushed us in. Alabama kicked the hell out of us last year, and unfortunately, I just don't think we have much of a chance against LSU even before the suspension. So I'll watch it. I'll stream it. I'll hope for the best, but Not expecting much this year. Chris Leon, thank you for the super chat, brother. I do appreciate it. Really. This Sunday, we're going to celebrate with some Philly cheesesteak and eggnog. Damn right.
You're damn right. I might bring eggnog on Sunday for the stream.
I
might have to.
I have some.
In honor of Philly 500.
Yeah, because he's going to be really mad at the end of that game. As are a lot of Eagle fans. Thank you so much. And to find out, boom! Stephen Lilley, thank you for the super chat, brother. Really, I do appreciate that. Even Chris's camera knows he has a face for radio.
Oh, Stephen Lilley, you, what's those? What does he say? You plonker?
No. Oh God, what the hell? A plonker.
Yeah, you.
Wally.
Wally. You Wally.
Stephen Lilley, thank you so much. And a 2-pound, boom. So yeah, how do you lose to Louisiana Tech by 14? I got no idea. How do you get shut out by Louisiana Tech is the better question. Miami sucks.
MH is still asking us the mate question.
Yeah, MH is a little behind the times, I think. Imagine if Uncle Peyton wanted the job. I don't think the Mannings will ever coach.
No, I don't either. If one of them were, I would say Peyton, but I don't think either one will.
Yeah. I know you need the game, John, but you're going to lose. Giants are winning. I don't ever feel like we're going to beat you. I feel like we're beating you Sunday. I never feel like the Giants are going to beat the Eagles. I feel like they're winning the game Sunday.
I honestly think we have a really good chance, too. I'm going in pretty optimistic. As optimistic as I could for a Giants-Eagles game. Exactly. I think we have a really good chance.
I do, too. XAX, yeah, I hope so. Eagles are going to go off Sunday. I hope so. Kristaps Porzingis, yes, that is doubleheader action Saturday, Sooners and Lakers. Absolutely. We'll do both of those.
And MH, yes, I think we both saw that video with EJ and Eli and DJ drinking together.
The flip cup? Yeah.
Yeah, the flip cup, yeah. And he was like making it rain with papers or something.
Stephen Lilley says best corner is the one that Shermer is standing on next year. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's indeed true. All right, John Latour, have a great night, my man. And I wish you luck Sunday, but I wouldn't mean it, so... We'll see you Sunday when we knock you guys out.
Yeah. Sorry, John. Sorry, but I'm not.
It's going to happen.
Yeah. Jared Williams says, we cannot wait to beat the damn Eagles. King Envy says, Giants win over the Eagles this time. We're due, man.
Chip Kelly, I don't remember saying we would have beat you last year on Thursday night. We never beat the Eagles on Thursday, ever. And we were like 1-5 or whatever the hell we were terrible last year. I might have said that the second game that we could have beat you. I mean, maybe that was it. We should have
beat them.
Should have beat them.
Yeah. But we'll see. I think it's going to be a good game. That's one thing I could say with complete certainty. I don't think it's going to be blowout. I think it's going to be down to the wire. I think Eagles fans will have to sweat it out.
Ziegler says score prediction for the Eagles game. 27-21 New York Giants. Let's go, baby!
Why not? I'm going to go 23-21. 24-20 Giants. 24-20.
Sabrina says Daniel Jones fumbled the cup in Flip Cup. Well, that's hard. I'm not going to lie. I did see him fumble the cup, too. He did. Would you bring back Corey Coleman on a proven deal? I don't think we'd have any reason to bring him back.
No.
Honestly.
I mean, he was good at kick returns, but no. There's no point. He's got an injury history. We've already got Slayton. We got Tate. And I'll have to look more into that about him not being a dead cap. But I couldn't imagine that being the case, but maybe it is. We'll see. But, yeah, we got Tate, we got Slayton, we got Shepard already. I don't see it.
How many 5 touchdown games did Eli have in his career? I know he had a 6 touchdown game against the Saints. We lost 52-49. That one always stands out in my head. But
I'd have to think about it. One thing I will say, it's completely different errors. So I don't think many quarterbacks. I think today quarterbacks have more 5 touchdown games than when Eli came into the league.
Oh, that's without a doubt.
Yeah, so it's just a completely different game now. So it's hard to compare errors. I couldn't answer that though. I don't know off the top of my head.
Dr. Graves says Giants 3, Eagles 2. I'd take it. I'd take that.
I don't just win.
Just win, baby. Like Al Davis said, just win, baby. But, yeah, we're going to wrap this up, guys. So I just want to say to everybody out there, again, thank you so much. If you haven't done so, hit the thumbs up button. If you haven't done so, subscribe to the channel. If you're new, please hit the subscribe, ring the bell. More importantly, Go down below into the description. Click on the link to the Entertainer Talking Sports. Make sure you sub him up, ring the bells on both channels. We'll do this again next week on Chris's channel. We'll recap the entire season, and obviously looking forward to the draft and everything else. It's too bad that we have to do this every freaking year at this time where we're recapping the damn season. We could have recapped this in November, unfortunately. But I promise you guys and girls, one of these days, Chris and I will do this until they're good. And then we'll do it after they're good.
We might be in a wheelchair, but
right.
We're going to keep doing it until they're good.
That's right. And I'm closer than you, obviously, because I'm much older than you. But, really do appreciate it. Say it every week. Really, really appreciate your support on these shows, on the videos, in the live streams, because this team stinks. And it's been bad for weeks. Been bad for years. And here you are, with your questions every stream, and always, putting out great opinions and good questions and everything else. So we really, really appreciate all the support. You guys are the best. Always appreciate having you on the channel, Chris. You're the man.
I always appreciate coming on. And, I share the same sentiments. I say it every week. You guys, whether it's watching my videos, whether it's tuning into this show, whether it's tuning into a Knicks Live, whatever, you guys are always there. You guys always support me. And you guys make YouTube worth doing. So you guys inspire me and Baddog to make as much content as we do, because you guys give us motivation to put out good content and to put out as much good content as we can. So I can never say thank you guys enough for everything you mean to our channel. So thank you guys for tuning in, and let's freaking beat the Eagles on I almost cursed there. Let's freaking beat the Eagles on Sunday. Let's give Eli a good send off.
Yeah, let's kick the hell out of this team. Let's turn this around. Now, Eli Manning will play at some point in that game. Hopefully you guys will tune into the stream. We can watch this together. Daniel Jones is going to turn this damn thing around. Eli Manning's going to come out in the victory formation and get this damn thing done. That's what's going to happen.
Take a knee. Take a knee.
That's what he's going to do. Take a knee, Eli. Take a knee. Run off the field. Everybody cheers you. Giants win. Eagles go home. They cry in their soup. Eagle fans jump off a bridge, drink bleach, whatever the hell they're going to do after they lose this game. If we lose it, who gives a damn? If they lose it, they got everything to lose. We got nothing to lose. That's a dangerous team when you got nothing to lose. Dangerous to play a team that's got nothing to lose. You don't know what the hell we're going to throw at you, because it really doesn't matter.
We go for it on 4th down at our own 30. We don't care.
We don't care. Well, of course, Shermer doesn't do that when the game's in the line, so we probably But anyway, thank you guys and girls for being here. Really do appreciate it. As always, for the Entertainer Talking Sports, it is the Bad Diggity Dizzle, and we are gone. Peace!